The Magic Podcast, hosted by Lloyd Barnes, Craig Petty, and Peter Turner's sex toy, Pig Cake. This is your all-access behind-the-scenes news inside the current happenings of the magic industry, where Craig and Lloyd will thrust themselves inside your ears while Pig Cake squeals in the cuck chair. Every Wednesday, they'll rant, dissect, and give you their raw and unfiltered views on the art of magic. This is your final warning. There will be bad language, cuss words, fuck bombs, and multiple references to Ted Carmilovich being a nonce. So if you can handle it, lock your doors, take out your deck, spread it nice and wide, and brace yourselves for The Magic Podcast.
Welcome back to the motherfucking podcast. Hopefully this week Michael has remembered to put in the new intro, in which case you've actually seen the incredible intro that's been designed by Lloyd Barnes. My name's Craig Petty. I'm here with the Welsh Wonder Wizard, the sheep fucker, the goat fucker, the man himself,
the pig
Mr.
fucker.
Lloyd Barnes, the pig fucker. And talking about pig fuckers, we have Mr. Pig Cake himself, the one and only, the person who's single-handedly making the podcast great again, Mr. Pig Cake. How you doing, buddy? Hey, guys. How's it going?
Hey, Craig. Hey, Lloyd. How you guys doing? Pretending like I just haven't talked to you for 15 minutes.
I'm good. How's it going? It's a bit of a later start than usual, so normally I zone out the podcast by this time of day, like 10:30 a.m. in the UK, but I'm already zoned out. So because it's now 10:30, we've just started recording.
Oh, Widow Lloyd.
Podcast back.
Widow Lloyd, a little upset that the podcast is starting a little bit later. Thank God.
3.5 hours later. I could have watched the whole Titanic movie in this time.
5 a.m. here, all right, which makes me ecstatic compared to the 2:30 that I'm subjected to looking at both of you and talking about magic tricks for 4 hours usually.
I'm go back to Reddit and cry over the people talking shit about you.
Wow, were you that person that, like, because I realized that one of them left a comment replying to me because I said, really, dude? And then they deleted it. So I'm not the bitch, all right? I stand by my statements.
I thought that you commented.
No, I commented after. So I commented before we mentioned it on a podcast, but I got a little notification saying, "Ding, all right, it's so pathetic that you had to mention it on a podcast." And they deleted that comment. Bitch made. That person's a bitch. So
Bitch.
yeah, I'm within my right to call him a bitch. Okay. So hey, boys.
Have you ever seen that?
Baby?
Have you ever seen that film? Have you ever seen that film, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
Yeah.
It's by Kevin Smith. At the end of the film,
motherfucker.
Jay and Silent Bob. Yeah. At the end of the film, Jay and Silent Bob go around to every single person that's ever slagged them off on the internet and beat the shit out of them because they've won all of this money or they've made all of this money. So they just beat the shit out of anybody who said, Pig Cake, I have a feeling that if you became a millionaire overnight, you just spend your time going around beating the shit out of people. Got negative things to say about.
One of the memes that I had early on me channel, my goodness, it's 5 o'clock and I turn into fucking some Northern English idiot. But on my channel was that if I ever hit 100,000 subscribers, I would go to Illusionist's warehouse and fight their best. And that's always what I said. Like I would always fight the strongest. Yeah, I realize now I'd be fighting. I'd be fighting some little Mexican woman doing the packaging and shit. I wouldn't be fighting like Brad or G or fucking like I remember back then like Bobby Mata was like jacked and doing that envelope thing. You remember the fucking,
yeah. That was great.
Phenomenal. So he was kind of jacked back then, and I was kind of worried because I'm like, oh fuck, I have to fight this fucking guy. But no, all I had to do is I had to go to the warehouse and fight some little Mexican lady, and then that's it. But I since
you've even gone beyond that, I think now you'd be going around Garrett's garage. I think that's basically what's got to.
Wow, he's doing the Pig Cake shipping logistics. That's that sounds like my shit.
Cardboard box.
Yeah, dude, that sounds like my fucking. Speaking of logistics and doing fun stuff, Lloyd and Craig, I noticed that there's another trick recently that's been flying off the shelves that just recently made my way, which is what I'm holding in my hand. We talked about it last week. I've had a chance to touch it with my dirty, disgusting hands. And
Love it.
boy, it is fucking top tier. You actually, you guys went the extra mile, because what I would have done, because I'm a cheap fuck, is I wouldn't have even had the Sharpie printed with the numbers embossed. I would have just put it on the fucking Sharpie. But you guys actually did it so that it feels like what it would on a credit card.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. This is what it's like to be in a Craig Petty, to hold a Craig Petty trick. There's quality. Whereas a pig cake trick, I would have just half-assed it. Oh, there you go. Look at that. We're all holding our Credit Crunch Sharpies. We're doing our fucking paddle moves.
I can't. No one can. Can you hear Lloyd? I can't hear him.
Oh no, I'm doing it myself because I was sneezing. It costs so much fucking money extra to get it done just like this. Like I think there was an entire batch of like 1,000 of them to start off, like prototypes that were scrapped. 'Cause remember they all like rubbed off initially, like immediately,
Yeah.
and they couldn't do it. It was just going to be great.
But,
And that's the reason
Yeah.
why it took like an extra like couple of years, because we literally went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until they could finally like get it done. And they were like, "Well, it's going to be fucking pricey." We're like, it's worth
Did
it.
not
And
realize-
the end result is so worth it.
You could
the
just
amount
hold
of
this on your
people
thumb.
have reached out to me and said, "Yeah." The amount
then
of
you could-
people that have reached out. Oh,
That you could do that thing, right? You could do the this is like a impromptu sort of ghetto imprint trick. So you could be like, "Oh, think of any one of those 4 numbers." Is that in it, by the way? Is that in the project that I haven't watched yet?
No.
Okay. Oh, then there you go. You could do it that
No.
way.
not using them as an imprint.
Oh no, not
Yeah.
as blister. No, well done, Piggy.
Yeah, that you could
Who's a
fucking
good little Piggy?
press it and then be like, "Oh, think of any set of 4 numbers." And let's say they say 4317. You go, "Great, let me use my lighter." Oh, my blister is the fucking number, right? Because you could press on it, but it'd be backwards and it wouldn't make sense, and they'd laugh at you and you'd cry.
You're backwards and don't make sense. Then we laugh at you, and then you cry. I get it right.
I can't ever take anything you say seriously because you're Welsh. Like it's why
That's true.
every time I go to England, I don't take the police seriously just because they have that accent to me. So I'm like, what are you gonna?
Yeah, they're not gonna shoot you over here. They're just gonna hit you with sticks.
Yeah, they're gonna beat me up with a little stick. They're gonna take out their little, like a little tiny thing and just beat me with it. Obviously, I made the height joke before you did. But this is great, man. Just the now that I have it in my hand, it's fucking phenomenal. I obviously knew that it was gonna be great because you can't fuck it up. It's credit cards and a Sharpie,
Yep.
but my goodness, it's just the amount of shit. The moment I got it, I was just thinking of all the stuff that you could do with it, as far as like not looking. I don't know if you do this, where you get a product and immediately you just dig into it before looking at any instructions, just to like see
Yeah.
what you could come up with
Yeah.
it before. And then if it's like a fucking sensitive thing, you immediately break it and complain and send an email going, "Hey man, I took it out the box and it was broken, dude." Which is what everybody fucking does. But it's phenomenal. So you knocked it out the park.
Yeah,
Well done, Craig.
thank
It
you, man.
is really, really, really fucking good.
At least in the fourth floor US fulfillment side of things, they've been flying off the shelves, man.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that you're the US branch of the fourth floor. That's amazing. I just
Am I
you know,
I look
that's
like
just-
a representative.
yeah.
Like if
That's
you
great.
were to take a guess as to what we look like as far as fourth floor members, right? Because I'm a fourth floor member, right? I look like what I would look like me and Lloyd, look like we would represent the fourth floor. You know what I mean? The
Fort Floyd.
fourth Floyd.
This
I was
is the
thinking of
first
something
time
else.
I've seen Lloyd appear on. This is the first time
What?
I've seen Lloyd appear on video in a while, and he hasn't got fourth floor merchandise on.
I'm wearing the fourth floor hat. It's not
Oh,
a merchandise. It's a
didn't see that.
lifestyle choice. I'm also wearing
Nice.
this.
Oh yeah, he could have seen that. He could have fucking seen that underneath your fucking banana
My
yellow.
Ninja Turtles t-shirt, baby. This shit. Let's do it. I'm gonna fucking do this. My hail scraggly.
Let's appreciate though that you're wearing a Ninja Turtles shirt, right? I got some All Saints on, repping the English, and then Craig
It's pink.
is perpetually on that fucking Born to Perform Penguin Magic tip. I think the past 3 episodes, Craig, I've seen you in nothing but fucking repping Penguin Magic merch, dude. It's fucking hysterical.
Fortunately,
Oh, man,
turtle
I've
magic.
got like about 20 of these stuff.
Fuck.
But in all my defense right now, I'm over in Columbus. I'm filming for Penguin this week. So I've been here for the last couple of days. I've been here. I'm going to be here for another few days. I'm filming 9, kind of 10, but 9 projects in 7 days.
Fucking hell. That's disgusting, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that you're in Columbus. Fuck. Oh my
think
goodness.
Is Magi Fest in Columbus?
Yeah, dude.
Yes,
I'm
they
going-
have it
I'm going there. I'm
in
going there.
literally-
The
well, there's an
Vanishing Ink
opportunity to
announced
go and
it.
see Penguin at the same time.
Yeah. Vanishing Ink announced it in the email there that I'm lecturing at Magi Fest in Ohio. And possibly
No.
maybe doing an extra
That-
thing at Magi Fest too.
You know, I'm not saying ill about
doing-
Magi Fest. You're doing something else, right, Lloyd?
Yes. Yeah. Or do something else. With at Magi Fest, but like I can't say what it is.
Okay.
I don't
That
think.
sounds like you're going to be rubbing up Joshua J with body oil.
Stupid sex,
Yeah.
Josh.
Are you giving
Stupid.
Joshua J sexual favors?
Only with my mouth, and I'm not gonna let him finish. So it's
Okay.
not homosexual then.
What?
And then I'm gonna beat him up afterwards because then it makes it like just of friends. We're just wrestling. Wrestling. Yeah.
I don't know why I pictured like,
Oh,
Uh,
you're pulling for the Pete Turner playbook. Got it.
yeah, okay. Nice, dude. And listen, every time it's always been out of anger. It's never been because if not, it'd be like a bear mauling a penguin with me and Peter. And although I feel like I would be the top just because it'd be different. Like, oh, haha, look at us. We're cute. We're like a couple. It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito and twins. But I'm the one that's the power. Like I'm the top, you know. So I think that'd be a fun dynamic. But I don't know why I just pictured Lloyd with like naked with them eating sushi off of you, like you're some sort of fucking geisha bitch. Like I don't know why I just pictured that with like a dragon roll on your knob, and then Joshua J is just eating and then doing push-ups. That's what I just pictured you'd be doing after Magi Fest.
My question is, while all of that is happening in your imagination, what's Andy doing?
What's Sandy? Who's Sandy? Oh, Andy. Okay,
No,
I'm like, who the
Andy's just in the cuck chair.
you fucking beat me to it. Is there a cuck chair in your hotel, Craig?
No, I wish there was. No.
Oh shit, dude! I was gonna say I said earlier they put you up on a nice place, man. I thought that Columbus, Ohio, was like just it's a hotel, a motel, fucking,
Holiday
you
Inn.
know.
Wait,
Yeah,
Craig, tell me, how many flights did they make you take to get this?
Oh, it was so much. Well, it should have been so much easier. I got a flight from Heathrow directly to JFK to New York, and then I had 2-hour layover, and I was supposed to catch a flight directly to Columbus. However, that flight got cancelled, and it was like a late night flight, so I ended up having to get a cab over to Newark, New Jersey, which was like $230.
Just joking his wiener in New Jersey.
New Jersey. So I had to go over there. Then I stayed over in a hotel there, and then I had to get a flight at like 9 o'clock in the morning from the Newark airport over to Columbus. The problem was I then came in the next day, but we had the shoot all planned out. So I got into Columbus at 12 o'clock. I went straight to the hotel, quickly changed, and then at 12:30, we drove out to do performances, and at 1 o'clock I was performing. So after all of that shit to get there, within an hour of touching down at Columbus, I was out there performing magic to people. So
were you the only person on the plane, or were there a lot like people actually going from New Jersey to Columbus, Ohio?
New Jersey.
that was full.
Full. Fuck,
Yeah.
dude. I don't know. I can't imagine anybody going out of. I mean, granted, it is New Jersey, so people desperately just clawing to get out, like it's a fucking zombie movie. But of all places to claw into, Columbus, Ohio, where it's just meth and magic, and I mean, their saving grace is that it's a college town, so there is some
Hmm.
fun
I
activity.
really like Columbus. I come here probably about 5 times a year. I've actually taken my family on holiday to Columbus. Like, I really like
That's-
it. There's like when you actually come here, there's like really cool theme park do's and
Mhm.
science parks and everything. There's a lot of stuff for the kids to do. But Dalton Wayne, I'm really good friends with Dalton. Dalton does all of the filming, all of the editing for Penguin, and he lives in Florida, so he's not a million miles away from you. And he used to live in Columbus and now he lives in Florida. And every time he comes back, he's like, I fucking hate Columbus. I just want to get back to Florida. I fucking hate Columbus. I just want to get back to Florida.
I noticed that you said Florida and not Miami because they're two different places. Like we're North Cuba.
Yeah,
and then-
obviously. I know that you're down south a bit. You know, you
Yeah.
go past the good bit, get to the dangerous bit, and that's where you live.
to the shit, to the muck, the swamp, and then we're here
Swamp.
surrounded by my people. Just oh yeah, que tu quieres? And then Peter Turner, let me get some chicharrones. Can I have some chicharron? They're
Can I
chicharrones.
have some jalapenos, please? Some
Yeah.
jalapenos.
Jalapenos. Let me get some jalapenos on my tortilla
Can I get
What?
a kebab?
at a Mexican restaurant. Do you guys have kebab, doner meat? God, dude, I remember being in his house in England, hammered, and we're just eating fucking pizza with doner meat and like this red fluorescent. Because when you order from,
Chicken tikka.
yeah, it's they serve everything. It's like, do you want pasta? They got it. You want pizza? They got it. You want fluorescently red
Ain't good, but
chicken?
we got it.
Oh, I mean, it's great
far
when you're
away
hammered.
in Miami. How far away from the Hard Rock Casino are you?
about 30 minutes because that's in Fort Lauderdale. So it's
right. I know
30
you.
minutes, but about an hour if you're dealing with fucking traffic and you're just there sitting behind some old like fucking milk of magnesia cunt that's just like,
What about Dania? How about Dania Beach? Like, how far away from there are you?
Dania Beach, probably 2 hours.
Oh shit! Oh,
Yeah,
so,
or
okay.
maybe an hour and a half. I think Dania. I might be wrong on Dania Beach, but Dania Beach usually it's like an hour and something. Dania.
I was like 20
Beach.
minutes away from there, and about like half an hour from Hard Rock when I stayed with thing.
Dania, what? Dania Beach? Actually, no, I'm retarded. Dania Beach is
I know what.
32 minutes away. So maybe I thought you were
Oh,
talking
dude,
about.
I must have been staying so close to you when I was there the last time.
Yeah, and you snubbed me. You fucking you Chris Ramsey'd me. That one time I'm like, hey Chris, I'm in you're in Miami, let's get a drink. And he's like, I'm leaving tomorrow, dude. Well, that's tomorrow. What about today, mate? Oh, dude, well, I gotta prepare for my flight. You gotta prepare for your flight. All right, dude. So you did one of those to me, dude. You big leagued me.
I did. Although we had like the most intense. It was 5 days of filming, and it was like the biggest project ever. So, I just couldn't
And
make it.
you were already hanging out with
Tell
someone
me
that
when
looked
you
like me.
filmed that.
Yeah,
Can you tell me when you filmed that project that you got all of the performances done in like one day because everybody was fucking loving it, and so you had a few days to chill at the end?
No, did I?
Really? I'm pretty sure you did this.
Possibly that might have been the
Okay.
case. Yeah.
That's
No,
cool.
I did-
That's fun, man.
I didn't. It was the deck shoot. So we did like 2 days of performing in the heat, which was disgusting, by the way, and then 3 days of exhalations. And I still had to shoot B-roll back in the UK.
Cool, dude. Cool. No, I think we've unlocked the truth here. Just know that you might get a lawsuit coming your way sometime soon. All right. Just know that, dude. Everybody getting one. I'm the Oprah. Everyone getting one. So you're getting one out
I'll
of
get a
fucking.
lawsuit. How is the lawsuit going, Craig?
It's going. I don't know what I can say. I don't know what I can say and what I can't say. The next key date is the 16th of July. So the 16th of July is the next important date. That's when Ponzanelli, who's the law firm representing Penguin Magic, Mark Randazza, who is the lawyer that's representing me, and Frederick
And
Douglass,
Pornhub.
who is the lawyer representing. Yes, he is. He does a lot for the adult film industry, and he also represents neo-Nazis as well. But there you go. He
Not a good
yeah,
look.
and Frederick Douglass, who's the lawyer, who's the lawyer for Masika. They all meet in court on the 16th of July. It was meant to be the 24th of June. It's got pushed back slightly, and that's where we decide the future of the case. So that's when we know, everyone's filed. The complaint's been put in by Masika, and then a second amending complaint was put in by Masika. We filed something called an anti-slap. Penguin have filed. Frederick Douglass has replied. Randazza has replied to the reply. Ponzanelli have replied to the reply. There's all these different filings. Now, the judge has to read all of this, and then on the 16th of July, he decides what's happening with the case. And there's lots of different ways that it can move forward. It can either end right there. It can go into full trial. It can go into discovery, which is what leads to full trial. It can be completely narrowed so that like only a certain amount of claims survive. There's a lot of different ways that it can go. And I don't know which way it's going to do. And no one does other than the judge, and we'll find out on the 16th of July.
God, imagine
That's
taking
kind of
something
all-
like this to fucking full trial.
Yeah.
It's so pathetic, isn't it?
It
The
sounds
thing
like
is, it's kind
a.
of-
I was gonna
Go on,
say sorry. I
go
was
on,
gonna
go
make
on.
some stupid wrestling reference. I was gonna say it sounds like the 16th of July in a steel cage. We're gonna settle it, brother. You, me, Masika. In summer, I'm trying to think of
Settle
like
it like giant pussies by going to court.
it's not SummerSlam. It's
What are you gonna do?
yeah. I'm trying to think of like what an indie promotion would call SummerSlam. It'd be like Summerfest. I'm gonna take you down. So go ahead. Sorry to interrupt you for that piece of
No.
shit interjection.
No, it's funny. Yeah, so I don't know which way it's going to go. I mean, I know which way I'd like it to go. We'll have to see. I know which way it should go, in my opinion, but it's kind of changed. The whole lawsuit has changed as far as I can see. Initially, it was Craig versus Masika. That was what it was. That was what the whole lawsuit was about. And it's kind of really evolved now into this whole free speech case, which is why Randazza's involved, where it's kind of like, can a content creator in a niche industry make content where they are commenting on something that was already an ongoing discussion within the industry the content is made in? Because that's a really important thing to understand about this whole case, which is, if, should somebody be allowed to give an opinion on something that everybody else is talking about, something that's already an ongoing issue in the community? Should you be able to actually comment on it without worrying that you're going to be served? Because that's what this is all about. And I know content creators, and we're all content creators. I know content creators that are really watching this case with serious interest, because this is not Craig versus Masika anymore. This is actually bigger than that. This is going to define, I think, the industry and define how content creation is actually done moving forward. Because if it goes badly for me, people are going to second guess themselves anytime they comment on a situation to do with anything in this industry. I know I will. I'll start second guessing myself.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I mean, Magic loses if the industry loses as a whole. If in any weird world, Masika wins. But we do live in a strange world at the minute. Like, I'm not a political person in any sense. The imagination, it takes up too much time to even try and wade through the fucking dirt of it all. But like, you do see stories of people going to prison for tweets and social media posts. Granted that like there are certain ones which do deserve to go to prison. Like, you can't just like blindly threaten to murder someone or just be like a racist pig. that's understandable. But you do see extreme cases of people going to prison for like very tame sort of tweets, but in the wrong county, the wrong place, said at the wrong time. People get locked up, but and you think, well, that would never happen. That should never happen. And then you see like child rapists get in 3 months, and people get in 6 months for fucking posting online. So we do live in the kind of world where people get triggered, and then do things like what's happening to you. So it could be a very strange outcome. I wouldn't be surprised purely because of the world we're in, but it doesn't make it just. But we'll see. But all of Magic loses as content creators. I don't know, Picking, I don't know about you, but if you lose this case, I'd probably just. Well, I wouldn't like I've stood up in the past for people who've told against people who told lies, or for the person who's been bullied and had things done to them because I got like a bigger platform. I know you, Craig, have done it 1,000 times, and I know Picking, you comment quite often on the industry and just the general goings on, and sort of often you come at it from a non-affiliated standpoint. And I guess I know for a fact going forward that I would probably, because I have a family and I can't really fucking get into legal trouble with people, even if they are being bullies, I'd probably just stay out of it. And some people might say, yeah, so you should keep your nose out of everything, but I don't know. I can't stand injustices, and I do tend to speak up. And yeah, I probably wouldn't in the future.
That's
a fucking horrible.
Never be my style, to be honest. It's never been my
I was
style.
gonna say,
Go on, Big Cake, sorry.
I think I'd make a video on Masika that day, and I'd just call him every name in the book and be like, "Yo, sue me, motherfucker," just because I got nothing. What are you gonna get? You're gonna get some fucking
All Saints top $150 watch, Sergio Perez signed shirt.
Carlos Sainz, number 1. By the way, I'm wearing the hat. I'm wearing a hat.
Did you see the F1 on the weekend?
I did, obviously, Lloyd.
Incredible.
I watched that.
Fred did.
But yeah, what are you gonna get? You're gonna get nothing. You're gonna get like trinkets, and you know what you're gonna get? You're gonna get a lot. Well, actually, I don't even own that. I was gonna say you're gonna get a lot of credit crunches. You're gonna get. I don't even own that. That's just taking up space before I ship it to a willful virgin. But it does. It is dumb. It is dumb that it's gonna pretty much affect sort of people's. This has already been an ongoing issue on YouTube as a whole. There's been a lot of sort of talk over that throughout the years, as far as, oh, you get sued for a video you made. Those really, really popular one years and years ago with H3H3. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
And that was what set a lot of the precedent. This is that in like such a niche way, because that was like obviously humor, and humor is huge on YouTube, but word magic on fucking YouTube, which is, niche. And even more specific is this whole thing with Masika, which is a niche of a niche. So imagine that. It's the same exact sort of bit, because H3 was sued over the same idea. They made a parody video making fun of this fucking pickup workup guy that made cringe videos, and they ended up getting the whole thing dismissed, I believe, and because it was just absolutely ludicrous. And it's the exact same thing, pretty much. The only difference is that, well, this guy has other things that he's claiming, which, at least in my opinion, can't be fucking the case, just because of a fucking video you made sharing opinions by people in the industry based on, hey, here's this and here's that. Here's an image. It's like Pam from The Office, where she's showing the 2 fucking images. That's essentially what the basis of this suit is. So it's a fucking shit show. But alas, unfortunately, that's his means of going about this. Whereas the YouTube means is, I'm going to make a video saying you're a cunt. You're going to make a video saying I'm a cunt. And then somebody's going to make a video going, hey, look, these 2 cunts are fighting. That's it.
And somebody else, in Craig's case, said cunt enters the chat and says, give me your house. Yeah, you can't tell people I'm a bully. That should have been private. Give me your possessions now. Give me your things.
Bitch move,
you
man.
can't tell people what I've done behind the scenes. Now you have to give me your things.
Yeah, it's a bitch way of going about it, because it's, especially in this form, it's like, imagine in that it's you're in a real life argument and the guy goes, if you touch me, I'll sue you. It's like, well, stop being a fucking wimp, dude.
No, it's
we're
like getting
settling this.
punched by the guy, punching
Yeah.
the guy back.
Yeah.
And saying,
Oh, I'm gonna sue you. You know, fucking.
You shouldn't have
Who are
told people I did.
Who are you? You ever seen that video? No, it's like this guy with his pants all the way to like his tits, and he's screaming at somebody playing like the trumpet on the streets, and he goes, "Who are you? Huh? What you've done? I used to play in Broadway." And he's like a very nasally sort of, New York individual. I can't mention what kind of individual, but imagine, and he's there just screaming at this guy because this guy was playing trumpet, and he was upset that he wasn't playing trumpet to his standard.
Wow. Let's talk about some magic stuff then, because I bet we got no listeners this week.
Well, we're talking about lawyers, and
we have. You say every week we've got no listeners.
I hope we have no listeners.
Fuck. You hope we
Damn,
have no
dude.
listeners.
really setting it, dude, for the.
We do.
I want to. The reason I joined this podcast, okay, is because I'm upset. First of all, you asked, right? I'm upset that every time I've done podcasts before, the Pigcast on my channel, I usually talk about fat people and Disney and fucking old people and how it bothers me. But
Fucking old people.
but not fucking old people. They're expired. They're used. All right. But like, there's magic. I talk about magic, from time to time, and I'm not considered by these like, oh, best magic podcast. So what's the best magic podcast? And then this one is. So in the list of like podcasts, I believe in FISM, you guys were a nominee.
Yeah. Even though we hadn't
The
posted for a
irony is we
year.
hadn't done a podcast for 2 years. Yeah, a year or two.
See, I want a piece of that. I want to be posted by fucking FISM saying, oh, podcast of the year. And who won that?
I can't remember.
I don't know.
Some
Go ahead.
I've never heard of it.
Let me see. Let me look it up now. Best FISM podcast. Let's see. The Magic Guys, Discourse and Magic. I hate the fucking word discourse. Ugh. Just fucking.
I think it was the Magic Guy. That's it. I think the Magic Guys won.
Oh, really? Okay, they're good.
Was it the Discourse of Magic?
Ugh.
I can't remember. It definitely wasn't us. It definitely wasn't the Magic.
I honestly don't know why they nominated a podcast that was dead, which was ours.
That's so funny.
We literally
love that.
hadn't posted. I think we posted one episode in a year.
And that's because we had something to sell.
Van Earl had a podcast called The M Word.
Which is the best name for a magic podcast ever. The M Word.
That is
Didn't you think?
so good.
The M Word.
Oh,
We should have called ours the fuck word.
no, M Word is just so good because you're gonna get some fucking idiot that's gonna go, Ben, I really love your take on magic and what you talk about, but could you really consider changing the name? It's kind of triggering. And it's obviously gonna be some California white girl complaining about it. But I'm looking at a list of podcasts here. Everybody has a fucking podcast. My goodness. Oh shit. Who doesn't have a fucking podcast in magic?
Yeah, the thing is, most people can't keep it up.
That's what she said.
Well,
And
you
this
guys
is
stopped
why
for a
no one
while.
listens to this shit.
Our favorite podcast. I'm trying to find the thing 2015. Just tell me the fucking list. FISM.
I'm pretty sure it
No.
was Magic, the Magic Guys.
Okay. Yeah, they're all right. They're good, but we could beat them up. Like there are like 3 people too, right? It's Doug Kahn, Josh Norbito, right? Norindo, and the fucking what's his name? Give a like and a share. What's his name? What fuck?
Jeremy Tan.
No, Maher. I think Jason Maher.
Oh, he's
Right.
fucking awesome. They're all,
Yeah, they're
they're all
great.
amazing. They'd fucking take us in a fight. 3 minutes,
a-
2.5. We'd be fucked.
Okay, I'd fight the old guy. All right, Doug. Because obviously,
I don't know. I think Doug Kahn. I think he can be pretty fucking hardcore if he wanted to be.
I think Doug Cole would poke your eyes out with his fucking wands. Fucking take
Dude, I'd
you.
fight dirty, dude. I fight dirty. I'm gonna be fucking going for the knees. I'll
Yeah, but they're just gonna
fucking-
hold you by your head and kick you repeatedly in the face.
You know, the worst thing is that in my head, I could fight anyone. All right. I'm so full of my own shit that in my head, I could take anyone. Like I've seen like tall dudes and I'm like, I could fucking beat the shit out of that guy. I got absolutely no training in any martial arts whatsoever. None. But in my head, I could confidently be like, yeah, fuck that guy. I can beat the shit out of anyone. So that's my
Zooms
confidence.
out, it's like a little Lego toy versus a fucking human.
Then what
Scrappy dude.
happens? You end up going through a glass table.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
end up
Adam,
crying in a Yorkshire hospital to your brother.
elite hospital.
Only-
Fuck. Oh crap. I'm out here. I say something vulnerable and then now you hold it over my head. You're not gonna use it for its intended
Everything's
purpose.
held over your head.
Okay. All right. Okay. So magic. Is there anything in magic? Anything cool that you guys want to talk about that's not fucking my height, you fucking
Well,
dick?
I think the first you sent us a video.
Mhm.
Do you want to talk about what that video is all about? Because that'd be a good thing to start with. Because
Yeah.
I've been in the States, so I've missed out on a lot of stuff that's going on, but that seems like an interesting conversation.
There's no Wi-Fi in Columbus either. So I'm surprised you're actually even able to do this. I assume you're using some like hotspot from England.
There's an old bloke on a bicycle in the lobby, and he's pedaling his little fucking ass off. Is what's happening.
I'm trying to find oh my fucking god. Jesus. Sorry, I'm just hearing a video being played over and over again. So the reason I saw this is because first of all, I had seen it on Facebook because Facebook just shows you things that you'd like. So for me, it shows me oh, here's your favorite CBT porn. Oh, look at this guy getting stomped on his nuts with spiked shoes. But it also showed what, dude? Some of us have to watch things like that to get off. So don't kink shame me. I'm on the flag, you know, the flag. It's actually Pride Month, so I'm on the flag. So this post from a layperson's channel called Pam's Page, right, which already pissed me off. And the caption was, "We were at a bar with a magician. He was really good, but my friend exposed one of his tricks." I'm gonna do a whole video on this because it just bothers me. The old cunt in the video, and he's doing a coins across routine, and essentially she catches him. And there's a lot of people that were on the magic side of things saying, "Oh, you know, it's the performer, yada yada yada." On her side, because for some odd reason I can't see the magician's comments unless I find it on the magicians only group, of which I did. But on her side, it's funny seeing the responses because the lay people are, you know, that are responding to her posts because I guess they follow her, are saying, "Oh yeah, I knew what he was going to do beforehand." So it's just interesting to see both perspectives here. You have the lay people in her comments, and then you have magicians on the magicians only.
Can you share the video, Craig? Can you share the video?
Cringy.
Or
I don't
make-
think so,
make-
because I'm not connected. Hey, Kate, can you share the video if I give you permission to
Make
share?
him
Yeah, I can.
give him power.
I don't know where the audio is going to come out of though, but I could share it.
Yeah, it is if you share computer audio. So
There's a
click
little
on
clip when you
share,
You know, it'd be
and
really
then you'll
funny
see
if
and then
I
on
was
the
gonna
right
say-
hand side, there's two check boxes: share sound, optimize video for sharing. Click both of those, and we'll hear it absolutely fine. And then select the
Okay.
video, and you should come up.
all right, sorry, I got to put in like this way. It'll be really funny. You could see this, all of that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's the video. Let me know if you could see it.
See it?
Hello? These nuts?
Yeah, I can see it fine. See
These
it?
nuts. Oh, wow, nuts. You are screen sharing. That's
Yeah,
funny that I
see it,
cannot
Big
hear
Cat.
you now.
You should be
Select
able to
a
hear us.
speaker. No, I don't want that as a speaker. Thank you. Hello? These
I
nuts?
can hear you.
Oh, now, okay. My goodness, sorry. My AirPods were it said, "Oh, we're going to have the audio come out of your microphone." Thank you. Yeah, that's going to help me. But you could see the video, right?
Yep.
Okay, and you cannot see my CBT porn.
No.
Okay. All right. Oh my God. Thank God. But okay. So I'm going to play the video so you guys see.
I had you pretend to take the coin and put it in my hand, right? And they keep my sleeves up here. You're doing this as well. There's no pockets, no nothing in my hand. It's just me. So would you hold on to the left hand again, please? I'm going to give you all 4 coins again. Yeah. Would you be for?
Sure.
Yeah?
Make sure.
Okay. Now I want you to actually this time take one coin like this on the edge, just at the top, and place it into my hand. Actually deep. Just the top, yeah.
There's 5 Ah, I remember your trick.
You did.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can stop sharing the screen. Yeah, so basically, for anyone that's listening on Spotify, if Michael remembers to upload this shit to Spotify that no one listens to, then what happened was he was doing the final phase that most people will be aware of from like imagination coins, where you place seemingly 4 coins in their hand, in their flat palm. You instruct them to pick the top coin of the pile of apparently 4 coins up from their hand by the edges, place that coin into your hand and quickly close their fist, thus concealing that they secretly have that 4th coin in place and they'd actually picked up a shell coin. What the lady did was pick up the shell coin, tilt the pile of coins to reveal that there was still 4, and then turned the shell over in her hand and said, "Hey, I found this," or whatever she said. Thoughts?
Well, that's why I brought it up. Just because. Go ahead, Craig.
How dare you confuse him for me? He's a piece of shit, and look at his face; it's disgusting. Sorry.
Before a comment, what are people on the Magicians Only saying about this?
So they are, Louis Lavall, for example, says, "Ouch, I'd aborted the moment she let the coin spread in her hands again. The moment a participant begins trying to redirect the interaction is the moment you stop trusting them for their own good." Richie D Magic said, "First mistake was saying how many coins he had. No need to say that. With her, it became a challenge to count the coins, which I agree with. Second mistake was allowing her to take a coin. Again, no need for that. He could take it himself. She's already holding the coins." So that's the sort of sentiment. Pig Rodriguez said, "Old people suck." Mark Lewis said, "Be some nonce." Me thinks he's an excellent reason not to use trick coins. So I guess that's a fucking weird
I'm going to
point
go
make.
and say this, right?
Yeah.
Fair play to him, because the only way to learn, the only way to on the course to mastery is to fuck up. I remember I used to practice the cull over and over and over and over again. And I'm a prolific practicer. Like, I'll practice for so long, most of the time before an effect, or I perform a sleight even. And I went out and did the cull, and the first thing I did was flash it, because I performed and practiced at home, and I was basically doing this, right? So going through, taking the card for the cull, and I was, from my point of view, I wasn't flashing the card. I was getting my rhythm and my timing correct. It felt natural. But of course, when I went to perform, they were literally looking at the deck, like almost underside up. And I didn't consider it because I was only focusing on my field of view, and I wasn't considering the spectator because I was young. I was inexperienced. That guy won't ever fuck that trick. Probably won't ever fuck that trick up again, because he's learned from that experience. I don't think, and I probably have by accident, but I won't flash the cull like that ever again, because I was caught. And the best way to learn is to be caught. So yeah, he had one fuck up. Any magician saying that they haven't fucked up is lying. And the ones who have fucked up are better than the ones who haven't. So that guy will go off and perform better now. Amazing. It's unfortunate it was caught on camera. But those moments normally are not caught on camera. But he'll know exactly what to do next time. He'll qualify his audience correctly. He'll like Louis Lavall. He's performed for years, going into decades now, all over the world. He knows what he's talking about. And he will have had that same experience. It's oh god, there's nothing that wouldn't eat out of that man's asshole. It's beautiful. But he will have gotten something like that wrong, and that's why he's outlaid his experience and what he would do with his with that in mind. So it's just unfortunate it was caught on camera. But anyone saying, you know, yeah, it's hard to chastise him because the guy literally had a real life learning experience. Most of us don't have that recorded by the participant, so just bad timing. I think.
Yeah. I agree with everything that you've said there. I think that I have things go wrong all the time, and more often than not, nobody will even realize, and that's just because of experience. What people are saying on Magicians Only about, hey, he should have known because the spectator was spreading the coins out at the beginning. Yeah, totally agree with that. Absolutely, 100%. But that's something that you learn from experience. And the only way to get good at something like this is by fucking up over and over again. And what I did like, and I don't see anyone talking about this, is how he handled it. So when she took the coin off him, the shell off him, and she's like, I busted you. He was like, oh, you did. Now, I didn't see the rest of the video, obviously, but he went, oh, you did. That's the right way to handle it. You don't want to get confrontational. You don't want to go, fuck you. You know, he was like, oh, you did. I guarantee you, just seeing how he said that, his next line would have been, let's put the coins away and try something else. That's how you deflect. You move on. When you have an issue like that and it's catastrophic and you can't get out of it, you just own it and move on. And that's what I've always said. I will say I disagree with some of the comments of that's a fucking good reason to not use gimmick coins. Fuck you. That's ridiculous. Oh, what? We've seen one video in the fucking history of the internet where somebody's seen a shell. So now nobody should use gimmick coins. Martin Lewis, come on, you're better than that. For me, I owe it to my audience to do the best possible magic that I can do. And look, I do a lot of stuff that's pure with regular coins. If I'm going to really impress somebody, I'm going to use a gimmick. I'm going to use a shell. I'm going to use a flipper. I'm going to use a split coin because that's how I get the cleanest displays. You don't completely disregard an entire genre of magic just because,
or an entire framework of magic.
Yeah, exactly. Just because
I've never understood the purist mindset is so. I know for a fact because I'm like you, Craig, and you to an extent, Piggy. I've been doing this my whole adult life, and I'm really lucky at the same time that I've traveled the world, almost every single corner of the world, not just traveling in general, but alongside the world's best magicians, working with them, being in the trenches, and just then going out and hanging out with other magicians alongside them. So I've seen such a wide cultural scope of magic universally, and for my age, I'm really fortunate, and I've seen some of the world's best, purest mentality magicians who only use ungimmicked objects, and I've seen some of the worst magicians that use gimmicks only. I can say without any shadow of a doubt in my heart, and I can die on this hill, the purest magicians don't get the best reactions ultimately because you can only take for certain effects, you can only take your magic to a certain level, and gimmicks take it beyond that. And it's like trying to race a motorbike against a bicycle. If you want to reach 100 miles per hour in 3 seconds, you ain't gonna do it with a bicycle. And it's the same with gimmicks. If you wanna literally have the most fucking baffling displays, visuals that are clean and remove any awkward. And don't get me wrong, there are certain tricks that sort of do can marry up and match in certain circumstances. Tricks like Crazy Man's handcuffs or what have you. But ultimately, the magicians who are willing to go the extra mile and use the best possible advancements that we know in terms of technology and hardware to their advantage will always, and I've seen it, and I've never seen the argument lost, will always have the upper hand against the purist mindset.
You know, I remember that beef between Jeremy Griffiths and Caleb Morelli from like years ago, where they were like challenging each other to like magic offs because Jeremy had said something and then Kalen had said something, and he's like, well, I challenge you to make a video with sleight of hand, Kalen. And then Kalen challenged Jeremy to make a video using like a gimmick to make some sort of fucking thing. And it was just peak virginity. And I made
I
a
love
video.
Jeremy Griffiths is one of my favorite people on planet Earth, though. So I'll fucking die for that man. Yeah.
It was back and forth and it was a lot of
Who,
virginity.
who won the beef though? Who won the beef?
None of them. They squashed it like fucking. It was a very loser ending. Like a very like. Well, you know what? We're not gonna do anything then. So let's just not do that. I'm like, bro, I would have this Sunday at SummerSlam, Summerfest. Like it would have been fucking that with me. But alas, they did like magicians, and they just squashed it. Like again, in a way that wasn't fun for the rest of us watching. But I just want to punch that old cunt. That's my take on that whole video because it's so annoying. Like fuck you. And it's at the end. Notice that, by the way, she had posted that video. She didn't post the performance because that's very clearly the end of it, right? That's the last phase that he's trying to settle this. Okay, here's the last part. We'll do this either one more time or we'll do the last coin, right? Extra fair. And she didn't post that. She just posted the reveal part. So the poster's kind of a cunt. And then the other old haggard, just fucking wrinkly-handed bitch there going, oh, like kind of like touching it, feeling a little bit fucking, I don't know, something.
There's a guy in the comments and of her video that she's posted on her page, and he said he wasn't that good. Sorry to say, it was a basic magic trick, and he failed at audience management. People need to be educated on what a good. Dude, it was a 40-second clip, and we've seen one fuck up. Like the holier than thou attitude there is pretty shameful because I see magic as a brotherhood. Like it's amazing that we can go anywhere in the world and just hit and be like, hey, where are my magicians at? And we could just hang out and have fun. And to like chastise him by saying he's not good from a 40-second snippet of it, probably potentially his worst experience, his worst fumble in magic for 10 years, right? And it was caught on camera. And then to boil it down to he's not good. He needs to be educated. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
what a
is-
horrible mindset to have. I bet this guy is probably a nice guy. Might be good. He might be worse than the guy performing, but what a shitty thing to say.
He wasn't that
I don't
good.
know.
Sorry, it's basic magic trick. People need to be educated about what's a good magic trick. Yeah, again, I made a video on this years ago. Somebody on a Ben Earl video. So Ben Earl was performing for a like some sort of shitty news thing, and he's doing a trick, basic trick. I think it ends with the card stuck on his head or some shit. And the comments were a mix of lay people and magicians, and the worst comments were the fucking magicians that are like, smooth DL, dude. Yo, that control was seamless.
Yeah, they're the worst comments. Like, you have
Touching
getting
on a
you know.
subject now. Yeah, we're touching on a subject now that I've done rants on in the past, and you're about to bring
Mhm.
back ranting Craig in a second. This pisses me the fuck off. Magicians that go on other magicians' public profiles, and I see it all the time. I see it. I have it on my own fucking channel. I have it on like my company will put out a performance video of me or a magician in Slightly Unusual, and you'll have a dumb fuck, stupid, fucking moron magician who'll go, nice double lift, dude, or oh, I think you could have made that change a little bit slicker. Who the fuck do you think you are, you stupid, inbred piece of fucking shit? That is a public facing fucking social media account that's designed to generate work for whatever magician is posting it. It's not designed for you to critique. Now, if you feel that something in that video is so fucking bad that you feel you need to call the magician out on it, don't do it where their fucking customers are going to go and book them. PM them. Say to them, hey, you just put this video up and I think this pip was shit and this is why I think it was shit. Just wanted to offer you some advice. But no, you don't do that. You make a stupid little comment on a stupid little video on their social media, making yourself look like a fucking moron. And let's be fucking honest, anybody who does that, anybody who makes a comment like that on somebody else's fucking video, you probably have never performed in your life. You're probably like somebody on the Magic Cafe that fucking sits in your parents' fucking basement eating Cheetos all fucking day, and you've never performed in your entire life, and your only purpose for existence is slagging off other magicians when they're out doing it, and you will never be fucking nothing ever as long as you live, you sack of shit. That's my opinion.
The guy who made that comment has posted a selfie with you.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
I don't care. He's a fucking moron.
No
Take my
way,
selfie, you
dude.
prick.
Serious.
Just
So
you
I'm
can
saying-
see he does shows. I just think you probably to say that someone is bad and needs educating based off a 40-second clip at the end of the routine with a bad spectator. I just think it's a little bit, come on, man, probably having a bad day himself. But the fact that he performs, he knows that he's had those moments himself. You can't say that he hasn't. I mean, I'm watching a few of his videos on Instagram. You can see that he could be more polished himself. So he's definitely had those moments. I just don't get why. I don't know. I don't know why people post
Lame.
like those comments sometimes.
You know why? Because they're trembling, right? They go, wait a second, the attention's away from me for a fraction of a second. I'm a magician too. Oh, let them know. Hey, I'm a magician too. And I think that he didn't do it right because he needs to improve his whatever, his shell management. Some fucking, they'll use some lame term. And I like it when they're or I hate it when they're like trying to be discreet. Like, dude, that pass was good, if you know what I mean. Shut up. You know what it is again, that the attention is not on them for a fraction of a second, and they crave that. They want it. They notice that it's on someone else, even in a negative video. They want to come up from the fucking woodworks and say, no, dude, here's what I would have done. I think that, well, in this case, he should have done a smoother DL. Is like, it's to let people know, oh, I'm in the know. I'm a magician too. Nobody gives a shit. You know what? It also pisses me off too. Now I'm on a Craig tip here, dude. I've gone to a bunch of magic shows in my time, right? I've mentioned the first one I've ever been to. It was awful. It was fucking in the beach. Just AIDS, fucking copying other magicians. At some point, he does the ripoff of Amazing Jonathan, where he's holding a Windex bottle and he goes, oh, I really want to run around the stage and start streaking, but this prevents me. And it's like, and it's some fat fucking Cuban. But the thing that I hate the most in a magic show, dude, is this right
What
here.
is it?
This right here, bro. You're watching a magic show and this. I don't know if you could hear it.
Oh
I don't know
yeah.
if you could smell it, right? Dudes, what are you doing? You're at a magic show, right? It happened in New York Magic. I'll never forget this. I went to New York Magic. It was Peter Samuelson, Francis Menotti, right? There were the sort of people performing. Brilliant, just amazing magic. Have you ever seen Francis Menotti? It's so different. It's like very sort of fucking like surrealist stuff. And Peter Samuelson, he did a bunch of great stuff, linking rings. I remember I gave him one of my rings. It was a whole audience, and then he linked it, and he does that subtlety where he goes up to each person. He goes, do you see your ring? Do you see your ring? Do you see your ring? Beautiful. And what am I hearing in the background of this fucking wondrous performance? But fucking shuffling, mixing.
God, who's
Dude,
doing
you know what it is? For anyone, Virgin Magicians, this guy brought his kit to the show. He's not a performer on the show. He brought his kit, and he's there sitting in his fucking seat, and he lifts up his fucking briefcase with like 100 decks of cards and sponge balls. What are you fucking hoping that one of the performers got injured and they're gonna fucking tag you in? Like it's fucking I don't know, Macho Man versus fucking IRS, right? Just to make a dated wrestling reference for you, Craig. But fucking lame. It's fucking lame. And I've seen it more often than not at like where it should be lay people predominantly, and you're just there showing off, telling other people, hey, I'm a magician too. Fuck you. They're not there to watch you. Fuck.
I remember going to a convention and it was the same guy. I won't name him who he is. And he would sit at the front of lectures and shuffle and spring and do card shooting in the air at the front of the lecture. And the lecturer and people would say, can you please stop? And then he would go to the next lecture and do the same thing. And he was just like literally desperate for attention because he would always fucking drop the card as well. But
Isn't it
I
funny?
can't. put themselves. They think they're the main character.
They practice what is the loudest fucking slights they know. That's what it is. In public, you seem to have these. They're never practicing like silent stuff. They're never holding a deck, low and doing passes or whatever the fuck, which looks weird, by the way, still. But it's always the loudest thing. They're doing springs, right? They're doing anything possible to get the attention on them. You're never practicing a fucking spring in a magic show. Like, you don't need to, mate. But of course they do because the attention's off of them. Fuck you. Now I'm turning into Craig Petty. Want to fucking shave my head, get a bunch of fucking dice
Actually,
tattoos.
If you are going to call somebody like that out in the audience at a lecture, make sure you call out the right person. I'll never forget. I was booked lecture at a convention in Ireland. So it was an Irish convention. And Ryland was performing on the gala show. I was performing on the gala show. I was doing a lecture. But the other person who was there as well, there were quite a few lecturers. Jamie Williams was there, a few bunch of people. But Jay Sankey was there. And so Ryland had never seen Jay Sankey. So I took him to his lecture and he opened up with a coin trick. And Ryland loves coin magic. So we were right at the front row, but at the far left. So out the way. So kind of looking at him from a diagonal. And Jay opened up by teaching, I think it was Mr. Clean Coins Across. And it was only like 3 years ago or something, or maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I don't know. It was after BGT. And Ryland had some coins in his pocket. So he was like practicing this coin routine and clinking them. But he was watching Jay. He was clinking these coins.
I went, kick the fuck off. Right, get the fuck out. Go get your Game Boy. Piss off.
After about 15 seconds, Jay completely fucking lost it. He broke character. He came walking up to me and he went right into my face. And he went, if you clink those coins one more time, I will fucking end you. But not in like a joking way, not like in a Jay Sankey jokey way, in a I'm going to fucking kill you way.
What a legend. What an absolute fucking legend.
I turned around to him and I went,
son. It was my son.
I turned around to him and I went, I don't have any coins. Well, where's the clinking coming from then? And I just pointed to Ryland next to me and he looked at Ryland and Ryland just went, it was me. And Jay was in a really fucking situation now. Because what's he going to do? Say that to Rye? He's like this 10-year-old kid that's just there watching his lecture and he's like, oh, all right. And he tried to laugh it off and he went back into the lecture. But it was a really fucking awkward, really fucking awkward situation.
What a hero.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
but
another reason for Left Island.
You should have drop kicked Ryland. I mean, if you're gonna go in,
yeah, fuck it.
You should have
it's disrespectful. Drop kick Ryland, but slap your thigh for noise, right? Like make the noise that they do with their fucking, dude. Yeah. But that makes sense though, right? Unfortunately, you're at a magic lecture. Unfortunately,
well, Ryland's just the kid. He didn't know any better, but we've all seen it when adults do it, right?
No. There's what I'm saying is context, right? So if you're at a fucking magic lecture and you're shuffling cards, all right, yeah, do it. It's part of the fucking experience. You're there. If somebody's teaching a card trick, now don't be practicing.
It's just fucking.
But in that case, Sankey's showing his fucking coins across, so it makes sense for you to be following along, holding coins. That's fine. But if you're at a magic show, mate, you're at a fucking magic show where somebody else is performing. Right? It's the equivalent of I went to Penn and Teller not so long ago. So imagine I'm in Penn and Teller fucking practicing my fucking sponge dong routine while they're doing their whole set. Like, why? What am I fucking... Oh, because I want the attention on me. That's why you're doing it. You want other people to go, oh, look, honey, there's another magician around us. Maybe he's better than Penn and Teller. Maybe we should ask him to perform a card trick for us. They're not going to fucking give a shit. They paid to watch Penn and Teller. Maybe when they're paying to pay you, you fucking nuts.
A similar thing. I always find that some magicians could be really like underhand in their local area with other magicians, and so I always have a rule of thumb. If someone like if I was having lunch with Kaylee like a couple of weeks ago, we were out in the city, and the waiter came up and we were chatting away, blah 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 blah. Something came, I was judging the magic show in the night, so it came up in conversation naturally. Oh, what do you guys do today? And my wife, and Katie goes, oh wait, we're gonna be judges in a magic competition. And he was like, what? That's fucking awesome. I know a magician, and he named this local magician. And he's like, do you know him? And I was like, oh yeah, hell yeah, I know him. And he's like, and he asked, did I do magic? I said, yeah. And he's like, oh, do you know this magician? And I was like, yeah. I was like, oh my God, he's amazing. He's so much better than me. Like the guy is phenomenal. And left it at that. Because I think you should always try to like raise up your fellow magician. But I've heard horror stories of so many people that like when someone says, do you know, I know a magician, do you know them? The amount of people that go, yeah, he's all right. Like, he's okay, but he could use some practice and things. I think, oh, fuck off. And like, it doesn't matter to me how good or bad the magician is. If they know them and they're excited to know them, I always say, oh my God, that guy is phenomenal. They're the best. They are legitimately if you could get a chance to see him again, book your tickets, go and see him. I just find it so weird that like somebody's just so cutthroat.
It's fucking lame. It's competition for them. They think that they're in a fucking prestige. Essentially, it's like, no, that guy's my rival. It's like he doesn't even know your name, you cunt.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Now it's different, I think, within ourselves.
Of course. Go on, sorry, mate. Go.
No. I was just gonna say, I think, because I think some people will be quick to say, "Oh, you guys are hypocrites," but again, this is a podcast geared towards magicians, right? We're not slagging anybody off that either doesn't deserve it, or this is designed for magicians. This is keeping within the industry. So the difference, obviously, for example, between the comments in that post in the magicians only is that those are magicians only discussing this, whereas you're on a public post,
And
say,
Yeah,
that
"Oh,
was the forum.
fuck you, dude. Like, who are
Yeah.
you? Who the fuck are you? Who are you?"
Say for example, there's something that compelled me in my guts to post on that woman's public lay audience facing video. If I just for some reason fucking get it out of me, I would probably say, oops, or like happens to the best of us, or fear not the man, or every the master has failed more times than the students. If I had to get something out, it'd be like, oh yeah, shit. It's
You
like
old cunt.
yeah.
You old cunt with your wrinkly fingers and your
Well,
fucking.
it's just like funny. Like ultimately, I blame her for the magic was real up until the moment she touched it. It's like a pixie dies every time you sneeze. If she hadn't have dropped the coins, it would have been Schrodinger's trick. I don't know. I would have tried to say something empowering and funny, but there was just no need to go out. No need at all to take that attitude. And
It's a little bit like when I see magicians slag off on their public social media, whether it's their Facebook page or Instagram or going onto a YouTube video, and they slag off acts on Britain's Got Talent or America's Got Talent. I've seen it. I've seen magicians go on, for example, to Rafferty's final video and slag him off. I saw it happen with Ryland when Ryland was on there. I see it happen with almost every single magic act. And it's terrible. It's terrible because it's like them being on that program is going to elevate magic in that country, whether it's AGT or BGT. It's going to make more people interested in magic, and it's going to make more people interested to the point that they then think, oh, we'll have a magician for our event, and they book you. Anytime magic is on the TV, that's fucking great. And the bottom line is, you should never go on the YouTube video for an artist's act on AGT and BGT and slag it off for a couple of reasons. One, you look like a prick. But two, they've had the balls to do something that you've never done. You're sitting there commenting on how their act isn't good for this reason and you could do better, but you've never had the balls to go out and put yourself in that situation. That's a really difficult. I know I've been through BGT with Ryland. I've been through AGT with Ryland.
well, sometimes they have and they failed.
Yeah. What was that?
Because the one thing is, you don't see people who did well leaving those type of comments.
Nope, never.
And it's very, very rare to see somebody who's good at what they do leave bitter, horrible, disgraceful comments on like those BGT videos and stuff. There's not saying there's a correlation, but it's like, if you think of it like a bell curve, like the worse you are, even if you think you're good, inherently how bad you are is equivalent to how many vile comments you leave to shit on your
And if you
fellow
are a
performer.
big name in this industry and you want to leave, if you are a big name in this industry and you want to leave terrible comments about somebody, or you want to self-promote and you don't want people to know it's you, just take Michael Webber's advice and go and get a burner account.
Such
Do
a
you
good
guy?
idea.
Let's
I love
not
the
forget that he spent a decade posting on the Magic Cafe, constantly talking about how amazing Michael Webber was, and that was him. Just not forget that. Carry on.
God,
To be fair, I do
how
that.
I don't know how I'd ever recover from that shame. Like even
What?
thinking about it now makes my fucking heart hurt. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
You go back and you look at New Guy's comments on the Magic Cafe. And
oh,
he's
they're
there going,
really
"I love Michael
embarrassing.
Webber. He's amazing. He's the best magician ever. Why would you say anything mean about Michael Webber? Oh, Michael Webber's got a new trick coming out. Oh, I want to suck Michael Webber's cock." Like the amount of comments like that. And then you look at it in context and it's like, oh, hang on a minute. That's Michael Webber talking about himself.
Just fucking doing this
Oh.
fucking autofellatio, just sucking his own dick. Oh, that's so funny. No, but I'd
It's
fucking do that.
I don't know
Piggy lover.
how- I
I'd
don't
make it
know
obvious
how-
though. Embrace it, right?
Yeah.
Embrace it. Just be like, oh, Piggy Lover 69. Yeah, pig cake. I've seen his dick. It's fucking fat. Like just fucking
I think you have
make
a
it
curly
thing.
cock.
A curly cock? Like a pig tail?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I think that's where the nickname came from. Where did Pig Cake come from? Apart from
My ex-girlfriend. Is my ex-girlfriend. She had a dream. I had a dream. I was gonna say she was black, but she actually wasn't. She had a dream where I went to a party and I didn't tell her. And she goes, "Oh, but
you
your
can only hear my
excuse."
dreams.
Yeah, it's the dumbest thing because she wakes up angry at me for something I did in her dream. I'm like, bitch, fucking
Got it.
know your place. My Arab side came out, and she told me my excuse in the my excuse in the dream for going to the party without telling her is that there was a pig cake at the party. And then she told me this, right? She woke up and she's like, "Oh my God, I was so upset." And then I wrote down pig cake, and this was like maybe 8 months before I started the channel. So I was trying to think of names, and then I remembered pig cake. That's interesting. Nobody has it. So then that came up. I had a friend do a logo for me, which is the logo that you've seen, I guess, or no, and nobody's seen, but it's the logo for the channel. And then fucking, so it's my ex-girlfriend, that bitch.
So as I've decided to rebrand you over the last few weeks, I've been talking to you about rebranding your Patreon and stuff and everything that you do because I want to help you because you're retarded. Would you ever consider using your real name and relaunching?
I do remember I remember that being a thing in like a couple channels that I used to follow when I was starting off on YouTube. Like they went from fucking, like I remember Nick Soriano, right? If you know him, he had a channel called No Way Asway. He used to do card throwing stuff, and then now he's blown up on TikTok doing like video game parodies. It's fucking great, like well edited video game parodies. He's absolutely amazing. But his channel used to be called No Way Asway, and then he changed it to Nick Soriano, and I'm like, ugh, So for me, I like pig cake. I like pig cake. I would like to keep it separate from from the other fucking name that I got. But I understand from like a branding thing, obviously, you want it to be you and whatever, but I don't know.
Yeah, I get it. I see Pig Cake. It's kind of like a stage name. Well, it is a stage name in a sense, right? It's like your Screen Actors Guild brand persona kind of thing. But also, with you wanted to do more lecturing and me wanted to rebrand you as a personal project, like when Ricky Gervais made Carl Pilkington famous as a little side project. This is what I want to do with you. I kind of need to
thank you.
I need something to work with. You're my little fucking. I can fix you. You're broken. I'm the girl that can fix you.
Okay, that's first of all, fucking a word I can't say. But you could definitely say in your country. Secondly, the worst part is I thought Alan Partridge was real. Like those characters, because you said Ricky Gervais and that guy was a character, right?
No, Carl Pilkington's a very real person.
No.
Oh, really?
But-
Okay. Yeah, because
Yeah,
Peter
he's
showed
just,
me his
yeah,
stuff.
he really is that hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that he was playing a character, but same thing with Alan Partridge. I thought Alan Partridge was real. I thought this guy was just an amazing newscaster that was a piece of shit. And then you find out.
No way. You thought the guy who loves wrestling thought Alan Partridge was real?
Yeah. I thought it was like a real dude. I'm like, fuck yeah, this guy's great. I listened to his podcast from the Oast House, which is just him bitching about things he sees outside of his fucking window. And then I'm like, this guy's amazing. And then I find out that it's fucking an actor, Steve Coolidge. I'm like, wow, this is
Okay.
lame. Although Steve Coolidge is fucking rock and roll. He's like fucking. I remember they said that one time he was late to a movie shoot because he was too busy, I think, fucking Madonna for 3 days straight on meth. Dude, fucking legend.
Fucking legend.
So, yeah, dude. And they walked into the hotel room and they said it smelled like drugs and semen. I'm like, that is perfect, Alan Partridge. So it's actually not a character; it's him. It's fucking him, dude. But yeah, you're right. I thought I'm an idiot, especially the wrestling aspect. But it's still real to me. Damn it, it's still fucking real to me. Okay, fuck.
So am I allowed to rebrand you entirely from the ground up?
Wouldn't that be a project, like a fun little project?
Oh,
But
I'd
that's
love
also-
it so much.
But in what sense? I don't understand.
That
Like
needs
the
to be
rebrand.
documentary.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Craig, you've done like the Matchumentary, you've done the Jessumentary, was that another one?
Yep.
Where you've taken people become little projects for you, you know. You're like, I could fucking, I'm gonna do this with you, Pygmy. I'm gonna use your real name or a new name. What name
new
can we
name.
give him? Adolf?
Well, that's close
That's
enough.
fair enough.
Especially with my shoulder problem. My shoulder problem that
Oh,
keeps my
fuck
arm
off,
stuck.
Pig Cake.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
That's
with that,
terrible.
man. Have you never seen Tires? The show
No.
Tires? Oh my god,
No.
dude, it's so funny. It's Shane Gillis, and he's just like running a tire shop. And at some point, they have like an HR seminar, and he has a question. He's like, "Oh, I have a question," and this guy pushes his arm down. He goes, "Oh, come on, you know my arm gets stuck that way." Oh, it's just so. It's.
I
such
think
a
you could get
fucking-
away with being a Brian.
A Brian. That's a
Brian.
fucking
Brian Sanchez or something, you know?
insult.
Like that.
Uh,
Why? Brian. It's just the most normal American name there is. I was trying to be nice. John?
Brian. I think it'd be something Latin, dude. Like a Manuel or like a fucking
Oh. Jose
Miguel.
Chorizo.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. I like that.
You
Jose
say-
Chorizo.
Jose Chorizo. Is that chorizo is like a fucking sausage?
Yeah, Josh Sausage.
So good. You're saying that that's better,
Joshua Sausage.
Josh Sausage.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on debuting his first ever international lecture, Mr. Josh Sausage.
You guys, hey man, Hey. hey. I-
Jose Chorizo, or do we like to call him the
First of all,
Joshage?
That's so fucking racist, dude. That is so
Why?
racist.
Why?
Okay.
You wanted a Mexican name.
And then what's my music gonna be? I come out to a little music. It's gonna be dun, 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 dun. The Mexican national anthem.
But also,
Fuck.
because sausages are made of pork, that's why I said chorizo. So it's like a little callback to your name. It was two things that you wanted. You like pig cake as a name. You wanted a Mexican name. I didn't pick. You made that offensive for you. Jose Chorizo has been born.
What's wrong with pig cake? All right. Well, a lot of things, but what's wrong with pig cake? Okay. It's cute. It's different. It's a username. It's like, it's better
It's got
than,
nothing to do with magic. And every time someone hears the name pig cake, they think, ah,
they go,
that
what is that?
swine.
What
They
I
go,
think,
what a
Pig Cake,
swine.
Pig cake. Pig cake. Pig cake is an amazing name for a YouTuber. It's an amazing name for a content creator. It is not an amazing name if you want to lecture or you want to release product to the community. And if you want to,
You know,
and if you want to work with big companies, you want to work with Murphy's, you want to work with Penguin, and you want to, and don't forget, in order to work with those companies, they're looking for people that sell product. You got to be successful. I think that by having the name Pig Cake, it's going to stop people from buying a certain demographic would go, I'm not going to buy from him.
I associate Pig Cake with the balaclava, little monkey, little bugger, little cheeky chappy from back in the day who caused controversy and said some heinous shit on his channel.
Say heinous shit. I said, some good bits and banter. It was never too much. It's funny. I have so many unlisted videos that I realize I cannot put ever, just because, I say slurs like in the videos, like just openly, just fucking as a bit. And it's like I can't put that. Like I looked at that video. Those are Rubik's Cube reviews.
I think you can though, because you are like. I can talk shit about Welsh people because I'm Welsh. You could talk shit about Mexican people because you're Mexican. Can you?
First of all, that's an insult because I fucking hate Mexicans. All right, as a Cuban person, they're just in the Latin.
All right, I might be
spectrum.
uneducated here, but are they not the same country?
We're an island. Okay, Mexico's a separate thing. They're chilaquiles and fucking flautas. Cubans are. The Cuban diet, amazing.
Wait,
we get pork.
Is
Okay.
Jose a Cuban name?
Jose is a Spanish name. It's a Latin name, but I wouldn't
if
say
it's
it's a Cuban name.
What would be a Cuban name?
Like Manuel. Actually
What's a
no.
Cuban name beginning with
Cubans have really trashy names. Like instead of Alberto, it'd be like Abelardo, or it'd be like fucking like Arielis. Like we have fucking trash names. The running joke is like you'll see a Cuban named Usnavi, and it's because when they came here, you see U.S. Navy written on a fucking thing, and they go, "Oh, mira qué bonito Usnavi! Wow, mira está bien." Bro, we're fucking trash people, to be fair. But I don't know. Hotspot by Pig Cake. Hotspot by Hala.
No, yeah, but if you had something called like the fucking The Abyss by Jose Chorizo, I'd be like, oh, what the fuck? I gotta fucking pick that little tasty
Okay.
sausage up. You know what I mean? Like if you had something like Leviathan by Manuel Leviticus. I mean,
I might just keep- the actual name. I might just keep the other one rather than Jose Chorizo, you racist fuck. I might just keep because I do like the noise.
It's
I
not
do like the noise.
racist.
Dude, I like the noise of it's fucking fucking Card Hunter by that's
Just remember, that's you saying it, not me.
Muhammad Hassan's theme from WWE in 2004. By the way, Craig Petty, that's what that is. Every time I do that,
I got that.
you reference it. Okay, the greatest wrestler, by the way, of all time. I think not greatest wrestler, but I mean like a phenomenal wrestler and a wonderful character that they just squashed too soon. Let's just. I know this is a Magic podcast, but he's amazing. He's actually Italian, so they're very racist for having this Italian man play an Arab.
Can I just say,
Why-
this entire podcast, right from the very beginning, I've been playing with Lloyd's Void.
That's what she
Lloyd's
said.
Void.
This
Lloyd's
is
Void.
fucking good, Lloyd. Like this is
Thanks,
really
man.
fucking good, man. This
I mean,
It's
Happily.
fucking dope. I know I'm biased, but it is class.
I
I've
do
been-
the switch, right? I do the switch and I watch myself doing it and I'm fooling myself. Like, it's so fucking good.
It was strange. I still can't get over it. I read a comment online that someone's like, this doesn't look anything like a keychain. And we literally searched keychains when we were designing it and looked for one that was a photo keychain. We're like, oh, that looks cool. And we just replicated the look of it. It's so bizarre that people try and like make mental gymnastics to discount it in some ways. Like, right, talk shit about it if it's valid, but you can't say it doesn't look like a photo ID keychain because it is a photo ID keychain, like a photo passport keychain. What the fuck?
But what about the fucking Switch? Like I don't understand what the bid is. I should send you that video that said don't buy it. Don't buy
It's-
this and that.
Right, it's one of two things because it's one of those things that when you can see it, it's like the crosscut force. You can't unsee it, and so some people are watching it and going and spotting it and going, "Oh, it's so obvious," and then other people, as you see in the comments, are like, I cannot see the switch." This is
Well,
it.
when you did it in slow motion, right? You did it in slow. Let's see here.
Okay, so open it up.
Yeah.
And then take it out.
That's what you did. That's what you did in the fucking trailer. So in that video, they played slow and they go, because you go, this is a switch, right? And then what they were trying to say in that video that said, don't buy it, was that's different than what Javier was doing. But it's the same fucking switch.
No, it's not.
Javier,
It
No,
is
no,
different.
but I'm
Mine's
saying-
on the tutorial.
no.
But same
What I'm
device,
saying,
and
it's the
it's pulled on
same
this.
type. Okay, but I misspoke. What I mean is, it's the same type of discrepant switch. Because if you pay attention to that, there's a discrepancy in what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
There's a sort of bit that's not logical if you think about it. And what Javier's doing is also a very discrepant switch, because he's doing it obviously in a different way, but it's still the same sort of vibe. It's like the Jinx change, right? Like know the that move, right? It's fucking one of my favorite moves in Magic, where you're doing essentially this thing, right? And that's your little switch. It's in that same sort of level, but obviously in the flow of performance, you can't notice it. And the way he does it very open. And there's no sort of bit, because they take the card out, they see nothing underneath the hand.
Mhm.
So what's the fucking point that the video was trying to make? Nothing. There's no point. They're
The
both
other thing I made sure to do in the trailer, I start with the switch zoomed in on close up HD, no misdirection, no time in, nothing. And you can
Yeah.
see that the comments are divided like 75-25, where some people are like, that's obviously a switch. And then the rest are like, I don't see a switch. Hence why I had to add in later in the trailer the card changing to blue with the same handling to
Yeah.
make sure people did, because the point was I wanted them to see the switch at the beginning, hence why it's the first establishing shot of the whole thing. But I find it bizarre that people were like, it'd be like start off a video with a shuttle pass, right? So this video starts like this, and people be like, "Oh my god, that's so obvious," and then the rest of the people are like, "Okay, that was
What?
that obvious, right?"
Yeah.
And you're like, "Yeah, but don't forget, in the real world when we are performing, crickets, like nothing." And
Yeah,
it's the same,
there's not a
it's the same
camera.
for this. And
Yeah.
people were comparing it to things like Mystery Solve, but it's a
Mhm.
strange argument because that's a mystery box on the table. This is your everyday keychain. And the difference between a lot of those is that this is, I got one more point to make, which I think is mental, but like this ends completely clean. So you open it up, they take it out, and then they keep everything. And someone made a comment, I mentioned this last week. Someone made a comment online saying,
Okay.
yeah, there's a guy in the trailer that said, what's up with that keychain thingy? I very much squeezed that into the trailer on purpose,
Mhm.
because anyone that's performed a piece of magic in their life has had someone go, "Hey, what's up with those cards? Are they magic cards?" If you've ever done a double lift into someone's hand, how many times have they gone, "Is it a special card? What's up with that card?" I left that in because it's a beautiful moment that they can say, "What's up with this?" Because everyone says that when we perform magic, you will get a spectator that says, "What's up with the? Is there any special cards? Is there a special coin?" If you do it well, and the fact that that Javier was there and he's like, "What's up with this keychain?" and he's just letting him just have at it. It's a fucking beautiful moment. What a position to be in. You can't do that with other mystery boxes. If they have your Kennedy mystery box or your mystery solve, and they go, "Hey, what's up with that box?" You can't let him look at it. And some
what
people
is
try
the
to point that
keychain
out as
on?
if it was a negative. It's just retarded.
There was one forever ago, the keychain. That was also a card in a keychain, but that one,
Bob by
Uh,
David Penn. It's brilliant.
yeah, but that you
Brilliant.
can't. There was like you have to immediately put something away, right?
It's like a different type of thing. So it's like a slip case for your keychain. So I think you
Yeah.
take it off like this, something like
Yeah.
that.
Uh-huh.
Like this it is.
But-
But and it was a great starting point.
Mhm.
For when it was released, it was really good. Me and Javier, it was the original idea for this. I really don't want to say it. I will share it one day, but I'm still considering turning it into a product. But it was
I don't
very,
think you
very
should.
different
I don't
method.
think you should. Yeah, I think you
Yeah,
should
I'm not going to share it.
keep it and work on it.
When if I ever tell what it is, everyone will understand why it didn't come from Fob, because the genesis of it is a very well-known thing.
Mhm.
And it was boiled down. Then, yeah, we couldn't get it to what we wanted. So Javier came up with a method for this, which is just so clever, so smart, and it allowed you to have a regular-looking photo keychain that ends clean, which is
Mhm.
it's a
Stupid,
really
though.
fortunate position to be in.
I would have never have thought which is why when I saw these comments come up about it, I would have never thought that there would have been any issue with that whatsoever. Like even usually you would see a release of something and somebody's going to bitch about something, and sometimes there's warranted, right? There's yes, with playing the devil's advocate, I can see that some person would complain about that. But with this, I'm like, okay, it's a very clean, examinable mystery card plot. You could also do changes, you could do switches, you could do a lot of stuff with it. So where's the controversy? Where's the fucking issue that people are having? Oh, because the switch isn't what he says it is. How is it not? How is it not? It's the switch that you do in super slow motion. That's a switch. And the fact that it's the switch is crazy. That's fucking nuts. Because you see it in the beginning, there's no, and it still has that little air of like
the end's clean as well. That was the important thing, because
yeah,
this was all designed because I wanted a working switching device. Because I, as you guys know, I travel so light. I don't have a wallet even. I just literally carry my keys and my phone. Everywhere in my town has Apple Pay, so I just carry my keys and my phone. So I needed a switching device that wasn't like a mystery Kennedy box, because I don't carry those objects, and I need to travel so light. And also, I love being in positions where I can end clean. I'd rather end clean than start clean. You know, instead of being like examine everything, now let me bring things in. I rather, hence the Docs Para theory of the whole book kind of thing. But yeah, dude, guys, I'm gonna have to bounce in a minute because I got places to go.
wow.
Hey, what are you doing? You're the OG. You can't go.
Sorry.
Did that H just change to a 3? That was amazing.
I was going to use this as an example, this visual. So I posted this clip about 10 years ago, and I said this is going to divide people because either you can see it as an effect and it looks stunning, or you're going to see the method. But it's like the red lorry, green lorry, or the green needle thing. So the first part is you split the pips off the 3. And now watch in slow motion, which is the easy part, right? Watch in slow motion as they fuse back together.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
But sometimes when lay people, they either see it as the and it's like this little reflection of a lake kind of idea that they see it, and it's just a little discrepant moment. It's really obvious to some of us. But yeah, so I posted a clip of it, and again, the comments were super divided. It was only an Instagram post for a laugh, but comments were like, "What the fuck? That was so visual," versus "That's dumb."
Can I just say, actually, and I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. You know I don't like doing that, you sheep fucker. However, I was in the Penguin studio yesterday filming tutorials, and Dalton Wayne comes running over to me, and he's like, "Dude, how does Lloyd do this?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he showed me a video that you just posted of this fucking hole and a card vanishing as it's going down through 2 cards with holes in it. And I was like, Dalton, it's black art, you dickhead. The only time Lloyd wears a black t-shirt is when he's doing black art. That's the secret. He only ever, you see Lloyd in a plain black t-shirt, it's fucking black art. That's what it is. And then you went and shoved your finger through that hole, you little motherfucker. And I haven't, I'm assuming it's in the vault. I'm assuming it's in the Patreon. I'm assuming
it's on YouTube for free.
What?
The tutorial I posted for free.
You put that on YouTube for free? That's fucking incredible. I watched it like about 10 times, and I'm like, I've got no idea how that works. Like, I rarely get fooled. I was watching it. I was like, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I posted a free tutorial on YouTube.
Have you seen that picture?
Unbelievable. Yeah, I saw it. I just love the magician glory hole thing where it's like, oh, here I have 2 perfectly ordinary cards with holes in it, as you do. This is what we use in my relationship to,
Right, guys, I do have to go. I've got to go. I'm like a very important date.
Wow. Okay, well, we'll keep gigs going for a few more minutes, and then we'll shut it off as well. But you're back next Wednesday, right, Lloyd?
Of course. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Love you, brother.
Love you
fucking
guys.
liar. Bye, man.
Don't fuck kids. Have a shit week. Everyone else enjoy the rest of the podcast. And tell Michael to put the new intro in, because that's the best part.
Yes, I'm going to. The fucking...
Okay.
You and your lackeys. Now we could talk shit about Lloyd, because fuck Lloyd out here. Big leaguing us. 4th floor thing on busy. Look at you. You're in Columbus, Ohio, doing 9 projects, and you have time to do the podcast.
I tell you what, I've seen some incredible shit that's coming out from
Yeah.
from Penguin in the next coming weeks and months. Like I've seen some stuff that's coming out over the course of the next year, and it's blowing up. So the first day that I was here, I went out filming all day and all evening, and I was Eric was with me, Eric Tate. So it was me and you know Dalton Wayne, right? So it was me.
I don't know him, but I know him.
Yeah, so he's great. He films all of the stuff for Penguin. So it was me and Dalton, Mandy Roth, who basically is the COO, and Eric, and me and Eric were performing. So I was going up to a table doing 3 tricks. Then Eric was going up and doing 3 tricks. And some of the stuff that Eric was performing, it wasn't his own material. It was for stuff that he's filming for projects that are coming out. Dear Lord, it was great. It was just some really fucking good shit that's coming out. And you know what? They've got projects. They've got a couple of I mean, Alex Latore is everywhere at the moment. He's releasing stuff like through every company every 15 minutes. I think his channeling is in a petty.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's learning.
Yeah. If you take Jay Sankey's output from the 90s and the 80s and you multiply it by my output for the last 5 years, you come to what Alex is doing right now. Like, it's insane. But I saw a couple of a couple of things that Alex is bringing out. Just incredible. That guy's brain, I don't know how it works. They've got something coming out with the OG, Eric Jones. They've got they've got something coming out with probably one of the biggest names in Magic right now. Like, and I'm not kidding, I can't say who, but I'd say probably one of the biggest names in Magic for the lay audience, for lay people, not for magicians. One of the biggest names. If you ask someone to name a magician, there's a good chance if they name 5, they get to this person. And they've got they've got a project coming out with that person, which is amazing.
Shit.
I saw that Tobias Dostal's Penguin Live is coming out soon. That's incredible. Obviously, he's reported out his headache thing.
I it's great when a trick is like it supersedes any sort of magic like sphere that we have, and it goes into the lay audience. Like when you just see it on TikTok, and you just go, "Oh shit, Tobias," right? And that's just such a visual thing. I might get one, and I'd never buy magic.
Did you see the trailer for Headache?
For Headache, I didn't see the trailer, but I just saw the bit where he slams his head, and then he goes, "Oh wait," and then it shoots back up.
You and me and Lloyd talked about AI, and we talked about how AI is bad in Magic and so on and so forth. And I said Penguin use AI in the right way, and they use AI to just transition basically in between shots. I actually think, if you've not seen it, I'm going to play it because I love your opinion on this. Now, I'm biased because I'm a big fan of Dalton Wayne, but I actually think this is possibly the best trailer that I've ever seen. It's like a Hollywood.
I was going to put it up, but
I'm gonna share it. I'd love to know what you think. Of course, there is AI used in the transitions between shots. Like 1 second you're seeing Tobias on the street, and then you're seeing him up sitting on a building. But I think it's done in the right way. Have a look at this. I think this is just an incredible trailer. I'll play it for people that haven't seen it. Check this out.
And then if you're on Spotify, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. Can you see that?
Yeah. Oh, shit.
All right. I'm Tobias Dostal, and this is Headache. They say the best ideas come out of nowhere. Mine came with a little impact. You still see it? I'm not sure. It's a bit like, oh shit. Oh shit, that's better. It's okay, I got it. Shocking a bit below. The trick sounds extreme, but it's actually hilarious. You introduce yourself that you accidentally hit your head and got an incredible idea. And before you can finish your story, blood's just pouring off your head. A quick snort causes the blood to disappear, as if you would have sniffed it back into your body. This sounds insane. Well, it is. What you're seeing on video looks even better in person. Oh, I'm joking. It's like... And after learning the secret, You will be performing this trick right out of the box within no time. I'll also teach you some of my favorite variations. Imagine getting shot mid-performance only to reach into your chest and visually pull the bullet back out like a superhero straight out of a movie. Hey, don't do this. Oh no. Not today. Okay. Think of your card. Was it a red card? It was red, yes. Okay, Queen of Diamonds, whatever, right? And it gives you just a great support that you're a really creepy freaking mentalist at this point. I've recently started to cut my own hair. It's way easier than I thought. Right way in front. Is it? Wow. That was just an illusion. Go away. Everything is alright. That was just stupid. Headache hits hard. It turns shock into laughter in seconds. A brutal visual, an impossible vanish, and a reaction that lands every single time. So go ahead, take your shot, because headache is an absolute knockout.
Fuck, dude.
I think that's one of the best trailers I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, it could be overdone, right? Because it's just so, it's not easy to do, but it's easy to make it look good. Sorry, it's easy to overdo. It's hard to make it look good, right? Sick, though, super sick. I love the fucking taxi one. It just fucking, it's a building, and then it's just amazing what you could do with it. But that's tactful. It's used to sort of supplement and keep engagement. So it's just, okay, here's a smooth transition between these two shots. Usually there wouldn't be a transition at all. It'd just be, here's me talking about it. Here's a trick. Here's people reacting. That's it. Palapinga, as we say. But great. Yeah, fucking editing is top tier. And also an amazing effect. Fuck. And of course, with Tobias, what I feel is that it's going to be great, but it's going to be so fucking like annoying to perform and make it look that good. Apart from you being Tobias.
That's something that I found with Tobias. His stuff is incredible, but he's one of the only people that can make it look as good as he does. Like, I got Repo, the chain into the key, and I've worked with that thing now for probably a year and a half, and I can't make it look good enough to do.
Really? Same thing with this thing, right? That people were, because it's to keep the illusion. I think even Lloyd did it on his stuff, where he kind of shows the drip. And you're not supposed to do that. You're kind of just supposed to keep it underneath the thing of the fingers to make it look like the liquid. But it's just so surreal. And even the Sharpie one, what I thought it was I thought it was like a slime. You know, that fucking thing that the kids are playing with, that it's just like borax and soap and whatever, that it just gets sucked up into a Sharpie. That the Sharpie is like a squeezable Sharpie and it just gets sucked in. That's what I was thinking. And then I saw it in Blackpoint. I'm like, it's that? It's just sleight of hand, and that? How the fuck? He makes it look so like what it is. The ketchup one, I think, Illusionist, I think, did something with him exclusively. That was like a number of objects that look like they spill, and then he's able to sort of suck it up and do stuff. And then the bottle. But what's crazy is that you would think of these as single trick items with Tobias, right? So for example, this thing, you could only do it as a sort of ring thing, or you could only do it in this context. But then he shows you like 20 different ways you could use it that are completely unbelievable and surreal. And you realize this guy might be one of, if not the best mind in Magic for this shit.
I think that when we look back in this era, I think Tobias is going to be held up higher than anyone else. I do.
Yeah. But this is definitely, I want to buy it, but I'm afraid that if I buy it, I know that it's going to be like, oh, so what you do is that you just, you're going to have to perform the equivalent of a fucking Raise Rise with a little piece of thing that you just fucking, and then he's going to do it and it's going to be super easy. And then I'm going to do it and I'm going to make it look like I'm a fucking idiot. But it's so good. That's the sort of, it's such a nice, beautiful little transitional bit too, even for a thought of anything, right? It fits my character perfectly, which is why I want to get one of those. But Penguin's killing it, man. Fuck,
They are.
good for them.
I've got a bunch of stuff that I'm filming here. Not all for me. There's I think 4 of my products, but I'm filming a bunch of stuff for other people. You saw before we started the podcast the filming of Fun. But I've got some really cool stuff. I'll tell you something. We talked about coin magic earlier. I don't think I'm allowed to tell people this, but fuck it. I filmed a project for Seth Race. I don't know how well you know Seth. Seth is amazing.
Have it up.
So Seth is a genius. Whenever the way I could describe it is Seth is to Penguin what Q is to James Bond.
Mm.
Like I'll come up with some crazy idea, and I'll go, I'll ring Penguin all day. Do you think you could make this? And then I'll get a phone call from Seth going, okay, what do you need? And then 3 days later, I'll have a package in the post with the exact thing. Like he's basically in charge of the gimmick goblins of Penguin. So he's the guy that like prototypes everything. And he's like, his office is like this mad fucking place with shit everywhere that is organized just for him. But he creates a bunch of stuff as well. And I get to work on a lot of his material. And he's created, and this is a difficult thing to do, a brand new gimmick coin.
Really?
Brand new.
Okay.
Like unlike anything you've seen before. Not so, sometimes we say this is a brand new gimmick coin and it's a different colored shell, or this is a brand new gimmick coin. Yeah, this is brand new. This is unlike anything that I've seen before.
Wow, what a tease.
Yeah, and it allows you to do stuff with coins that wasn't possible with any other gimmick. Because there's a lot of gimmicks where there's a crossover. Like you can make a coin vanish with a shell. You can make a coin vanish with a flipper. You can make a coin vanish with a split coin. This allows you to do stuff that I've never seen possible with another gimmick. And when he showed me this, I was like, holy shit, this is new. This is big. This is like, I've never seen this before. And he was like, yeah. And I was lucky enough to do the project for him. So I have a ton of work with this thing. But they told me there's a very good chance that this is going to get released for Black Friday. And it's a big deal. It's a big deal. So if you see a coin trick with Seth Rake's name on it, and you've got this diddler upper in the trailer, you know that this is something that you want to pick up because it's a brand new thing.
Yeah.
I've never seen before.
How the fuck could you even do that now? Because everything that's possibly could be invented has already been invented in Magic to some capacity. Everything's variations. Everything is just a take on this. So, I invented a shell thing, but it's magnetic. Okay, well, whatever. All these nesting things, like, yeah, that's been a thing. So it's just optimizations of things that already exist. So then where the fuck could you innovate in that? Like, how could you come up with something new, dude? Even if it's like a penetration, okay, yeah, whatever. It's a thing. It's a little. I say you got me intrigued there because I can't possibly think of anything that could change it to that capacity. Could you mention what it does or no?
I mean, it'll do stuff like one of its big uses is that you can show a coin, you can have it examined, you can show a coin, and then with no motion, you do this, and now there's 2 coins held at the fingers that you can show.
Okay.
Like, but I mean, that's just one of the small things that you can do with it. But like, how could you do that with any other gimmick? Like,
Yeah.
Normally, if you've got a flipper, it 2 become 1. It's difficult to have 1 become 2 with a flipper. You can clip it and put your thumb underneath and push up, but that's cozy. With a shell, you can't really make a coin appear out of a shell. You can. There's techniques by Jeff Latter. Slippery Sam, potentially, but you can't have it examined beforehand and looked at. With this, you can literally have a coin examined. You can hold it here, and with no moves, you go boom, and a second coin will just appear. Then a third coin will just appear, like just there.
Sick. Okay, that's dope as shit. Well, you got me intrigued, and I love coin magic, but I hate coin magic because to me, the worst thing, again, that you could do in context of like just again being out, is to take out a coin purse and remove 4 immaculate, beautiful, polished coins and go, oh, then I guess let me show you something. Then let me just lay these out. Please examine. Oh, this one right here. This is a Chinese coin. You see, it has Chinese characters. and the characters mean that it likes to fly. Ha 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 ha. Ugh. Again, in a professional performance, disregard my bitching and ranting about that. But in a social situation, like it's just odd to me, to take out like, here I have a brass coin and here I have a, but it's still beautiful and immaculate. And anytime I see someone like Danny Goldsmith do anything, like you swear the coin is there. And again, in my head, I'm still stuck in like 1980s, Rubenstein, fucking Roth, like just fucking this right here is the biggest innovation, right? Like a flying shuttle is the biggest innovation in my head. And then now you have vanishes where you show the coin, right? And it's gone like that. And that's all you've done. And it's, what are you talking about? How is it possible? No contraption, no gimmick. Fuck. The craziest thing to me back in the day was that Rops move, right?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Open palm steel, yeah.
That to me was out of line. I'm like, wait a second. How could you? So imagine my fucking surprise now scrolling through Instagram casually and seeing just fucking what people are doing with completely normal fucking coins. That guy, he's a French guy. I think, I don't know if I mentioned this on a podcast before, but I was in Blackpool sitting at a table. Mark Kobe was there. And I had just told him that story about when I was hammered and I hugged him. Right. So this was at the last Blackpool I went to. And then there was this guy, I forgot what his name was, but he was doing this vanish that was ridiculous. I think I did mention this, that he just takes a coin and then by the time it goes from here to here, it's gone. Like that. And he just picked up piles of coins from his hand and he would just do this like that. So the whole point was that he was doing the pile of coin vanish where you'd pretend to pick up, but he'd show you and he'd go, oh yeah, you could just show the coin. And what he was doing, he was sleeving, but the sleeving, usually you have to fucking like do some overt action, or the sleeving technique. It's from here to here and it's already sleeved with him.
Wow.
So from here to this, from this position to this position, it's already sleeved. So he just show it like that. And he made all the coins in his hand vanish. Absolutely crazy. I'm trying to remember what his fucking name was because I don't want to just say, oh, this guy. But I think they tagged me in a picture on Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. But unbelievable what's available now. And even in the gimmick side of stuff. My goodness. I mean, you know that more than anyone.
Yeah, there's some incredible coin magic out there right now.
Let me see. It is Arthur Chavardret.
Okay.
Yeah, that's his name. This guy. This dude. I don't know if you could see that there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I've never seen him before.
Yeah, him. He's fucking absolutely astonishing. He just does these crazy, does he do it here? Like just absolutely insane stuff. I mean, this one, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but he throws, that's the aftermath, but he throws a coin and he's able to make it vanish. Again, I'm doing this in the worst way possible, but he takes a coin from there to there. It's sleeved.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's astonishing. And he's doing it with multiple coins. The guy's just a god. Him, Danny Goldsmith, just fuck. Jesus, I need to get on top of that because my coin magic is still from fucking. This is crazy. This is a wild innovation to me that you could hold your hand in. Fucking my mom gave me thalidomide palm and show your hands relatively empty. You remember that when that was trending in coin magic?
JW grip, isn't it?
Yeah.
JW grip, depending on
who. And then the fucking this one, from that tape with Apollo Robbins and Shudogawa. I remember.
Cultural exchange.
Yeah, phenomenal. That you would see all these. That's the first time I came across all that. And it was just
some of the stuff on that Cultural Exchange DVD was insane. I remember like Apollo Robbins like palming cards, loading them under people's armpits as a holdout while he's putting decks in someone's hand and then stealing them back again as he's moving around. And I'm watching this stuff going, I'm never going to fucking be able to do this in a million years. This isn't motivational. This is depressing. I may as well quit because I'm never going to get to these guys' level.
Well, what's funny is that that's the sort of stuff that works even if you show how it's done. Like it's still impressive as shit. Because if someone sees how it's done, they go, what the fuck? He just hid that guy's card under his armpit, and he
See as much stuff like that these days as a product. A lot of, I mean, obviously there's no DVDs anymore, really. They're downloads, but physical products generally, as a rule, it's quite easy stuff. It's not that difficult. It's accessible. And downloads aren't as big a thing as before. You know, you've still got Danny the Ortiz flying the flag, and you've got I noticed Penguin have just brought out a new set of 3 downloads with R. Paul Wilson talking about advanced card magic to come out over the course of a year. But generally, as a rule, you're seeing less very, very technical magic. And back in the day, you'd see it all the time. You'd see stuff like a Cultural Exchange, you'd see constantly. Like, I remember, I mean, we think of Jay Sankey these days as, you know, someone that just brings out a popsicle stick on a piece of
On a pole.
throw.
yeah,
But back in the day, revolutionary coin magic,
all of them.
Revolution-
Card magic, revolutionary.
all the revolutionary card magic, all of that really difficult shit. Like I think that people these days forget how good Jay Sankey actually fucking is, and I think he
Dude,
dumbs
that-
it down. I think he's realized, yeah, it's insane. But I think he's realized that if you're going to make money from magic, you have to dumb it down, and that's what he's done. When was the last time you saw Jay Susan doing something like the sort of stuff that he was doing in revolutionary coin magic? You don't see that anymore, really.
Yeah, which is fucking, and also the tone of it, which was the best ever. I remember reading reviews saying, "Oh, he's so offensive. It's really making me not enjoy the magic." And it's like, well, that's fun. It's different than the standard, zoom in of like David Roth, like, "Hey, hi, welcome. So today I'm going to show you the flying shuttle pass, and it's an easy move." And meanwhile, you have Jay Sankey going, "You fucking cunt! You put the move in the thing, and then you fuck it, and he's there spitting all over himself.
I think he's toned that down as well these days.
Yeah, you have to, which is kind of unfortunate. I think we all have to. But yeah, you said it earlier, even with or Lloyd said with like my channel in particular, I used to be a little bit more aggressive with things. But you kind of realize that if you want to appeal to a wider array of people, and you want to be able to spread it as far as possible, you still have to be true to yourself, but not show your entire hand. My mom always said cover your candle, which is a very smart thing. My mom would say crazy shit like, "Oh yeah, an alien appeared to me," right? She'd say like weird shit like, "Oh yeah, I was talking to your grandmother the other day." My grandmother's been dead for 10 years. But then she'll come up with a moment of brilliance where she says something that's so fucking profound. Like, she tells me, "Always cover your candle," which just means don't let people know where you're going, because you're in the dark. You want to make sure that you could still see, but you don't want people to see you at night, right? Going through whatever the fuck. So it's a very beautiful metaphor. And she just goes, "Always cover your candle. Don't show the true extent of what you could see." And same shit. You really can't do that, because then, you're going to appeal to no one. So it's kind of a shame. But for that one, obviously, I think Jay did that in his early fucking 30s, maybe, that project. So he's developed since, had children, and grow some maturity. Whereas I want that. That's what I want. I want magic to go back, make magic great again, to when Jay Sankey was coming out with these fucking offensive coin magic videos. Louis Falanga had the best magicians in the world doing L&L Publishing, which I guess you could say now has been passed on to like the Penguin Lives. I guess that would be the next of those, because people still look back at, Penguin Lives from fucking when they started, and it's a sort of repository of unbelievable content from the world's greatest magicians, whereas that used to be L&L. So I think that would be the next one.
I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and they said that they really miss the early 2000s. They're like late 90s, early 2000s in magic. It felt like it was a heyday, and it feels like it's not there anymore. And I said to them, I get the point. I understand where you're coming from, but I think it's nostalgia. And the reason I say that is because I remember being in magic in the late 90s, early 2000s, and everybody was like, I really miss the 80s. Magic was so much better in the early to the mid 80s. It was so much better. And I'm pretty sure if we went back to the 80s, I was only like 5 or 6 at the time, but I'm pretty sure people out in the 60s. And you know what? In 20 years' time, this is going to be the heyday. Right now,
Yeah.
because 20 years' time, you're going to have a bunch of kids, and there's going to be, you know, like 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds now that will be like 30, pushing 40 in 20 years' time. And they're going to be like, oh, back in the mid 2020s. That was peak time. There was content on YouTube all of the time. You know, whatever they're gonna say. It's you know, I think we just look back nostalgically at our favorite era in Magic, which is normally when you first get into Magic. I think that
But
you know,
I agree to that, but there's a point that I sort of disagree with that, and I want to ask you about it, right? So in that time, right, the sort of 70s, 80s, 90s, even 2000s, the barrier to entry to becoming a sort of known magician was very difficult, I think. So to be someone that you were studying, like a David Roth, like a fucking Jay Sankey, like all these names were sort of taken to this position, like they were almost like celebrities in our field, that you go, oh my God, I can't even imagine being able to talk to someone like that, you know, to talk to someone like Tommy Wonder and fucking Richard Osterland and Bill Malone and all these other guys that you would see on tape, and Michael Amar, you know, in the 90s and all this other stuff. They're almost seen as celebrities. And the barrier to entry to release stuff in Magic was definitely a lot more challenging. And also, it was, you really had to have your chops. Whereas now, because of how easy it is, I would not exist if it wasn't for this, for YouTube, for the ability. So me as a person in this industry, as small as I am, I would still not exist. So I almost agree that it was better then, because having that barrier be sort of a lot harder for people to come in, you'd have to really have some chops and get in there aggressively and work hard. Whereas now it's not really that difficult. You get a couple videos that do well, and now people know you, and now
Well,
people are doing
I
that.
agree and I disagree. And I had a conversation with somebody about this a couple of days ago. So I agree and disagree. Insofar as the celebrities in Magic in the 80s, 90s, noughties, whatever, the celebrities in Magic, they became celebrities and they became a brand. And you know, got themselves to a point where people are rabid, like, oh my God, Daniel Garcia is going to be at this convention. I have to fucking buy a ticket because it's Daniel Garcia. They got there through a different method than what we do this. What you had to do, in order to become a brand, you had to go to conventions, you had to win competitions, you had to like have everyone talk about you, because social media wasn't a thing back then. So it's not like we could talk about it online like we do now. So the way that people found out about these big names was convention reports in magazines, and you know, like, oh my God, this person's got an L&L set, or you know, there's this person that's been at this convention and they've just been fucking blowing people's minds for 3 days solid, and they're not even booked as an act. That's how you kind of got to become a name. You know, you look at somebody like Daniel Garcia from that period of time. It's not like he was making videos every single day. He wasn't. He was out there just basically going, I'm fucking good. Look, I'm going to eat it. Now, these days, the person I was speaking to said, there's a lot of people that are in there are a lot of creators in Magic these days. There are more creators in Magic now than ever before. And one of the reasons there's more creators in Magic than ever before is because, like you said, it's an easier entry level. So you can literally say, right, I've created a trick with this advertising part. You can then go and film it yourself. You can put it on somewhere like the Penguin Partner Program, and you can get people immediately to start buying it. You don't need a company anymore. You can have the largest magic shop in the world carry your item just by applying for a Penguin Partner Program. You can set up a YouTube channel, and as long as you post consistently, you're gonna have a name in this industry. But the person I was speaking to said, the problem is there's so many creators and there's so many tricks that are coming out. There are very few magicians that are creators in this industry that are now considered like a huge name in the industry. Like if you think back in the day, you had a few kind of underground legends that you would hear about, but the big names, you don't see as many these days that are like huge. Who are the big names that have appeared in that? I'd say Lloyd, I'd say Tobias,
Mhm.
people like that. You know, you don't. The thing that, you know, like Lloyd, for example, what he does is he's just fucking everywhere. You know, you buy a trick and he's on it. He's probably reviewing a trick. He's doing this. He's doing that. It's content marketing. It's content strategy. It's the same with me. You know, I was speaking to my friend Nemed the other day, and he joked. He was like, "I can't fucking get away from you, because every single time I go on Facebook, there's an ad showing one of your tricks. Every single time I go into a magic shop, you've got a product in the top 10. Every single time I go on the Magic Cafe, they're discussing you. Every single time I go on Facebook, they're discussing you. And even if I buy somebody else's trick, there's probably a good fucking chance that you're on it. And if I want to know about a trick and I look at a review, it's probably your review that I'm going to be fucking watching. Like, I can't get away from you. I said, he told me the other day. He said it got so bad. No, this was Thomas. Thomas said this. He said it's got so bad that he's so used to seeing me online and seeing me speak and hearing podcasts and so on and so forth. I was in a van with him on the way to a gig, to an illusion show. I was sitting next to him and I was speaking, but I was speaking a little bit quieter because I was tired. And he tried to turn me up on his. He actually tried to turn me up, which is fucking hilarious. But
Yeah, that's just fuck, dude. God bless him.
there's very few people. I was talking to a friend about this, and I said, there's very few people that are prepared to put in that much work. These
Mhm.
days, I think a lot of people, they want it's not a case of what can I do to become well known in this industry? It's more of a case of make me famous. You know, I want to be made famous. So, you know, when a lot of magicians, not all of them, but a lot of magicians, when they work with a company, whether that be an Alakazam, a TCC, a Penguin, a Murphy's, a Vanishing Ink, whatever, their attitude will be, I have got this trick with Vanishing Ink. Oh my God, that's amazing. They are going to make me famous because my trick is going to come out through Vanishing Ink. They will promote me. Everybody will know who I am.
Mhm.
The problem is, these big companies can only do so much because they've got tricks coming out all the time. So yeah, they're going to promote you to a certain extent. But my attitude, and I think the attitude of a few other people as well, I know Lloyd has this same attitude, is, oh my God, I've got this trick coming out through this company. Great. What can I do to make this trick successful? How can I get people excited about this before it even comes out? So Credit Crunch, you talked about Credit Crunch earlier on, that's the perfect example. I went to Peter Nardi and I said, can you do a deep dive on this? I would love to do an interview with you on Alakazam talking about this product. I reached out to a whole bunch of other people. I put videos on my own channel about it. I've been posting about it for a few weeks before it comes out to get people excited about it when it eventually drops. Most creators don't do that these days.
Mhm.
They create the trick and then they expect the company to do all the work for them. And if you want to be, at least in my opinion, a decent name in this industry, I think you've got to change the mentality. And I think it's got to be more of a case of not what the company can do for you. Fuck, I sound like an advert for the fucking war. Not what the company can do for you, but what you can do for the company, because then that's when you get longevity. Exactly. That's when you get longevity. That's when the company will go, oh, you're amazing to work with. You really help promote that. I'm now going to want you to work with me again. And now I want to work with you again. And I want to work with you again. And, you know, it's easy to create a trick.
Yeah, but it's hard to.
It's difficult to make it successful and to build a brand around a name. And I think you are correct in what you say, in that there's a lot of creators in the industry today, but I think most of them are just treading water. And I get so many questions on my channel on the Q&A going, I've released a trick. How can I make it more successful? How can I get more people interested in the magic that I'm creating? The answer is just got to work your fucking butt off. You think it's easy?
Yeah.
I spent the entire day yesterday filming in the studio. Then I went out to do live performances till 1 a.m. I had 4 hours sleep. Now I'm up doing a podcast with you because I don't want to miss a week because I want people to know that I'm being consistent. When it's now fucking 7:35, at 9 o'clock, I'm going to get picked up and I'm going to go back to the fucking studio and I'm going to do it all again with 4 hours sleep. It's easy. It's not an easy thing to do. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, but it's not a difficult thing to do. If you're creative or you're half creative, how to become a decent sized name in this industry, you just work your ass off and you make yourself easy to work with and hope you don't get sued.
Well, get yourself known, man. That's the other part. That's kind of like we all did it. We all had to do it in order to get to the position that we sort of have with people knowing us. Now, I'm not saying that it's like, oh shit, everyone knows us, but you had to have done something in order to get to this position. So it's work, it's getting there, it's trying to do something different to get noticed, trying to come up with stuff either just by force or trying to manufacture your own luck. So there's no way to give a clear-cut answer, and it's always sort of not shitty because you kind of understand where the questions come from, but how could I do that? It's like, well, there's no shortcut. There's no shortcut. And even if there is a shortcut, that shortcut still comes with a lot of work. Like you see someone like Chris Ramsey or Peter McKinnon, right? Where, yeah, they were Peter McKinnon, for example, he had that one viral video that blew him up. But if he didn't take advantage of that, he wouldn't have a career. Fuck.
Nope.
Ramsey, was doing very successful magic tricks. And then he sort of accidentally found that people love puzzles and he capitalized on that. One video blew up and he said, fuck, there's something here. And if it wasn't for his hard work in capitalizing, and I remember going to Magi Fest, speaking of Ohio, the first time I went, I was incognito. I didn't tell anybody I was there. I didn't have a big following then, but I still had a nice chunk. People were familiar with Pig Cake. I met Xavier Spade there. I met, as I mentioned before, Nick Suriano, who was doing a YouTube. Then I met a bunch of people. Ramsey was one of them, right? And Ramsey had a fucking line of kids with his merch, hats, fucking sweatshirts, all the other shit with waiting for him to sign it. And this was in 2017. So imagine now with the puzzle stuff, it was just funny seeing back then. And he had to have sort of capitalized on that through work in order to become a success. It's not just, even if you come across a massive hit and you release a trick, you're still going to have to capitalize on that. Because, yeah, this trick is good, but what about the next one? You have to make sure that's good. You have to work on that. Fuck, it's always the next one. It's never this one, So that's something you see.
The thing that I don't think a lot of people realize about creating magic, Pig Cake, is how fucking long it takes.
Mm-hmm.
Like Credit Crunch came out 5 years ago. 4 years ago. 4 years ago is when I started working on that with Murphys, and it took us until now to get it out. I've got a trick coming out through Alakazam, which is very, very soon, which is not a fucking difficult trick to produce. It's just a few fucking printed cards and a wallet. It is fucking being to produce. And we filmed it 2.5 years ago. Like this stuff, and there's a few different reasons, and but a lot of people, I think that they don't realize. They think that they're going to get an idea, they're going to get that contract from that company. Yeah, Illusionist wants me, which that wouldn't happen. Let's be honest. But whichever company wants you to they send you a contract, and you're like, yes, everyone's going to know me in a couple of weeks. No, motherfucker. Now you need to learn to be patient because this shit takes time. So like sometimes, like last year, I think I brought out 27 tricks. That was not the fucking 27 tricks in a year. That was not the fucking intention. The intention was about 12, maybe 15 at the absolute fucking once a month.
Mm-hmm.
But they all fucking came to, you never know how long they're going to take. And these companies don't speak to each other. You don't get Andy on the fucking phone, Andy Gladwin ringing up Penguin going, right, okay, we've got a Craig Petty trick coming out soon. When's your next Craig Petty trick? Let's compare notes. Never fucking happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they don't, and just so many fucking hits came out last year. This year, there's not been that many. I say not many. There's been like 8. Maybe 9.
Fuck's sake, dude.
Not many by my standards.
Yeah.
But that's because the stuff that like this thing that I'm filming on now, that I just showed you, that probably won't come out for a year or two. and it's already been in development for a year. I got the contract for this a year and a half ago.
Hey, that's the way it is. Just now seeing that, I didn't know that until I started doing shipping for No Quarter, right? And Roddy McGee, Trick Trick Boom, which they have something phenomenal coming out soon, which I kind of hate because I had.
Talking about the ring trick.
Yeah, right. I have
Bingo.
one. I have one here.
Right.
It's such a clever idea, but they're combining that with something else that I can't wait for people to see.
Oh, we're talking about the Amazon box.
Yeah. I had a
Mhm.
I have something with that I was working on, but it's different. It's completely different. But either way, they're sitting on these things for like years, and then now you're able to come out. Now, okay, now at this point we're coming out with it. Same thing with Lloyd. Lloyd, I have stuff, that's still not there, and it's like, well, it's fucking time. It's time and it's effort, and it's unfortunate because that's the way the industry works. But I don't know if I'm again being nostalgic and seeing it with rosy retrospection, but like I just and I'm saying this at the sort of downfall of people like me, but I much prefer it how it was. I prefer how it was then, where it's sort of not necessarily an exclusive club, but the barrier to entry was a little bit harder, and that means that people like me wouldn't exist. But I don't know. I don't know if that's better for the art, but I just feel like that might be better as a whole because there's a lot of innovation now, but there's also a lot of trash. And that's just as a result of the ability to produce and to come out with stuff and how easily magic companies are having to accept things too. Because some magic companies are also coming out with shit themselves. And imagine something that they've been sitting on for years and it ends up being a shit product just because of the nature of the game. That now you're no longer. Remember when phones, you used to be able to have a phone for years and the company wouldn't update it. Right now, it's a model where every year you're forced to have to come out with a new one. And that's just the way the industry is. And it's the same thing in Magic. You can't expect to survive coming out with an amazing trick a month. No, you have to fucking, come out with several things and push and then think of what's the next one. And that's just as a result of how we've sort of trained our minds for dopamine hits and translated that to hits with a credit card.
I agree with that. However, one thing that, and I've worked with pretty much every single major company in this industry, and one thing, and I love them all, and they've all got pros and cons. But one thing that I think that Penguin do better than every other company I've worked with, by far, is they have the ability to re-promote their stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They have the ability, and they've got many different ways of doing it, some that a lot of people don't know, and I've got a chance to see all the different ways they do it. But I love the fact that like, I'm looking at Penguin now, I'm looking at their top 20 on their left-hand side. Snaps came out years ago. That's in the top 20. Falcon Ring came out a year ago. That's number 3.
Fucking Raven.
Print on Demand, that was like a year and a half ago. Their marked cards, that's like 5-6 years ago. Chop 2022, that's like 4 years ago. Defaced, that's like 3 years ago.
Chop is like 20 years ago, dude.
Sorry. Bottoms Up by Tobias, that's in the top 20. That came out, like mid last year, about a year ago. The point is, one thing that I've seen that they do really well is they're constantly re-promoting their stuff. And because new people are finding Magic all the time, I think that a lot of companies have that same mentality that you were talking about, which is the newest thing. Let's move on to the newest thing, because we all know that it has a shelf life of 2 or 3 weeks, and then the next thing comes out. And there are companies like Murphy's, I'll be honest, that don't really re-promote those tricks. It's like, we've got this trick come out. Right, now let's move on to the next one. Now let's move on to the next one. Now let's move on to the next one. Penguin don't do that. Penguin constantly are re-promoting their stuff because they realize new people are coming into Magic all the time, and something like Chop is new to them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You got to realize that not everyone is familiar with everything, so you kind of have to show that. That's a good model to work with. But also the shotgun model also works too, unfortunately. So the Murphy's model does work of just here, take all these products, because it's just now the product of what we have. We're constantly looking for a dopamine hit, and you get that with a new product. You get to play with your little toy, the new one, and they want the next one. And it's funny seeing the crossover, at least in where I'm coming in. doing fulfillments for a couple people, and seeing that there's a lot of crossover in their customers, and just seeing like, okay, these guys are just constantly looking for that hit of something that probably they're not going to perform, to be fair, but they just want that new toy to play with, and it's just weird. It's an interesting thing, but
Chick
yeah.
is playing with toys.
Mhm.
Most working pros don't buy new shit. They just don't. They'll get flash paper and like fucking playing cards and shit like that. That's just the way it is. But I think that, well, let's be honest, 90% of people, maybe even more, that buy Magic, they're amateurs, they're hobbyists, they're social performers, and there's nothing wrong with that. They make up this industry. This industry is what it is because of the amateurs and the hobbyists. There's very few professional magicians in context, and that's who buy the Magic. And that's why we're seeing a lot of kids. You're seeing more children, kids, young magicians in Magic than ever before because they've got the disposable income. Let's be honest, the economy is not where it is at the moment, and they've got their money from their pay ground or their part-time job or their allowance or whatever it is, and they're the ones buying Magic and getting dad's credit card or whatever the case may be.
I remember that was Penguin Magic, trying to convince my mom to buy me shit. Like, hey, dude, this fucking Airtight by Jay Sankey came out. Could you get it for me? Could you fucking buy? I want to throw a deck in a balloon. And then I fantasize about how I could do it. And then you get it and you're like, oh, there's a method. I have to work. I have to put the fucking deck in a balloon, which is already exciting for a 12-year-old. It's just funny seeing how you sort of, but I think you had that sort of invention and the ability to do that and to think and fantasize back then, whereas now you can't. Now it's instant gratification. So even for stuff that might be fooling, you just want to buy it because you just fucking want to buy it. You want something new.
Yeah, I mean, I remember back in the day, there was no internet. I lived nowhere near a fucking magic shop. So I had catalogs and I would spend hours looking through those catalogs, and I'd send my check off, get my mom to write a check, send the check off, and I'd wait like a week and then it would come through the door. And, people talk these days about how the method's disappointing and, it doesn't match what's on the trailer or whatever the case may be. Motherfucker, I had no fucking trailers. My trailers was a fucking drawing in a catalog of what they thought that they wanted you to think it was, and a total full amount of bullshit when it comes to ad copy. And when you got the thing through the post that was meant to make you levitate around the room, it turned out to be a spoon and a spool of thread, and it's just that's always been the case. The problem is these days with social media, people can bitch and moan about it more. And so it's amplified because of an outlet that everyone has. It's always been the same problem. 95% of stuff that people buy has always been shit. Back in the day, for every fucking Stranger's Gallery, for every fucking Twisted Sisters, and for every fucking cartoon I bought, I also bought a fucking piece of shit that, like, I even if I was new into Magic, I realized this wouldn't fool a blind fucking monkey.
What name a trick, because I have one in mind. So I was gonna ask you. So what trick did you get like hyped because you read the description and you're like, this is unbelievable, I gotta get it, and then it just shot the bed? Because I have one that I remember I had that exact same scenario with it. I'm like, wow, I saw the trailer and the trailer was like a 120p video of something happening, and then I read the description. Anytime, anywhere, you could get the illusion of this. But I want to hear yours, if you have one.
I spent years on the Wizard Pro Review, going through this shit.
Well, I'll just name mine, and then you could think of.
Yeah, I'm just. It's not that I can't think of one. It's just I'm trying to think of one of the fucking many.
Yeah.
He won't like this because when I published the review on the Wizard Pro Review, he fucking came after me, but fuck it, I don't care. Drink Magic by Michael P. Lair is the worst fucking atrocity of a fucking DVD that I've ever seen. It is just pure shit.
You froze a little bit. Your what do you call this? Hotel Wi-Fi. I'm the host now. How is this recording? If he's recording it, that's weird. That's not the way things work. Am I here by myself? Is this even still recording? There you go.
I'm back.
I'm the co-host now. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't like that. It's still said, "Hey, you're recording now." I'm like, "Am I here by myself? How is this recording for me if your Wi-Fi dropped? It's not gonna pick up what I'm saying.
Yes,
It's not magic."
Yes, it is.
Oh.
It will.
Okay, I was gonna say Michael P. Layer came up somehow managed to fucking get your internet riled up. I know the exact video you're talking about, and I love the trailer for it.
Oh, it's so terrible. It's
He
so
makes-
terrible.
The can vanish. I don't know if you remember that one. That he does this bit where he has like a Coke can and he's pouring it in.
Yeah.
That thing, right? And then he makes a drink shrink. I'll never forget this. This was years ago that I watched this, and I still remember because it's fucking ingrained in my head. Where he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna make this drink shrink," and there's an obvious cut in one of the cans, and he goes, and he presses against his nose, and it's a smaller can. Oh, classic.
It's terrible. It's really bad. Yeah.
But that was something that you thought was good, and then you saw it, or because that's what I'm asking. Like, is something that you got taken away?
Okay, yeah, maybe not, because that was something I was hoping would be good, because I wanted to do drink magic in my show, but it ended up being terrible. But I don't think I had the oh my god, this is going to be amazing thing to it. You tell me yours while I think about mine.
I just remembered that he also does a 2-liter Coke production where it's in a sock.
You can see it. You can blatantly see it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be hidden behind the handkerchiefs or behind the silks, but he just shows the thing and then pulls the sock away. And then that's the production, as if like he just fucking brought back Jesus. But mine it was a product in Penguin Magic years ago called Wild Levitation. I don't know if you remember this shit. That it was 2 magnets that you would have to put inside of the shoes. So on the inside of your shoes, that they would make your shoes stick together. And then you could get like a coat and put it in front of your legs, and you take one foot out, and then you would lift your leg, and it would look like you're levitating. It was that classic bit. I don't know if you're familiar with that method of levitation.
Yeah.
I was so excited buying that shit because I don't know, the advertisement was really fucking, oh, you're gonna be able to levitate anytime, anywhere. And even though the guy had the coat in front of him, I still thought it was sick because he's like doing this whole thing, floating. I'm like, yeah, that's amazing. And then I get it, and it's these 2 magnets that immediately pinched my fingers because they were unbelievably strong. So I'm already pissed off. And then you have to stick them to the inside of your feet or shoes so they could stick the shoes together. And I remember doing it, and everyone just did this. Everyone just did that, and they're like, "Oh, I see. Yeah, your shoes out of your." So it doesn't even take. It's not like the old dumb bitch with the coin that you put it in her hand, and you could have done it different maybe to have her circumvent the method. It's almost part of it where you're gonna go because you're fucking floating. Obviously, people are gonna want to look at it from a different direction. So when can you do this? Never, because all it takes is somebody doing this, and the trick is already exposed. Like you're there like an idiot with 1 foot with your shoes in front. But I remember that, and I did it like 5 or 6 times, and every time people were just like, "Oh yeah, cool, yeah, your foot's."
I think that self-levitation is the thing that if a company could actually crack that, it's the license to print money. Because everybody, right back from early illusionist days, they've always wanted to do a self-levitation, and every single one of them, to a lesser or greater extent, has been shit.
King Rising.
Yeah. And if somebody
Remember
could
that one?
figure out a way to do that, because levitation is magical. Like in my illusion show, we do the spontaneous levitation. It looks amazing, and it's the thing that everybody always fucking talks about. You know. I think mine, and I'm going to preface this by saying, this is actually a good trick. I'm not slagging the trick off. I can't make it fucking work for me. And I've got a friend in the UK called Tom Mullinger. He goes out as Jester Styles, great close-up magician, great stage performer. And he fucking kills with this. And I know a lot of other people do as well. So I'm not slagging off the trick. But you know that fucking trick where you put a fucking, I don't know, like a voodoo doll in your hand, or Penguin brought out a version with a key, and it rises up. And the method is you basically just stab yourself and then straighten up your hand. And that's the fucking method. You just stab yourself, right?
Yeah.
I remember watching this for the first time going, I can think of so many different ways I can do that. That's fucking incredible. So I bought it and I'm like, hang on, I was watching the tutorial. What, I've got to stab myself in the hand. That doesn't sound fun. So I did it and I was like, stabbing my hand, nothing. And the guy on the tutorial was like, there's a knack. Don't worry. You get the knack right and it's going to work and it's going to be fine. Don't fucking go. I practiced it so much that every single day my hand was bleeding. Like fucking blood every single fucking day, and I couldn't make it work. And I ended up fucking smashing this piece of shit into bits because I'm just fucking in agony all the time. I've got blood everywhere. Tried to do this stupid, shitty trick, and I know it's a me thing. And I thought that I bought the Penguin key. I thought, oh, it's going to be so much better with the key. Maybe it's easier. And Dan Harlan did the fucking tutorial for that. That was like making this key spin round on his hand like he's like fucking John Travolta in that fucking film where he's got psychic powers. And I just stabbed myself over and over. It just all I did was fucking stab. Yeah, and then a fucking again and a fucking again. I just can't fucking get that trick to work. It pisses me off.
That. I love that you kept doing it too. You're like, oh no, fuck it. I'm just gonna keep fucking getting this stupid doll. Oh, by the way, for like a dumb trick, because the doll just does this. That's all the trick is, right?
Yeah.
So you're in pain. So the compromise is not worth just the dog going, hey, hi, and then just coming back down. It's stupid, but it's so fun. But you trick yourself. You trick yourself into getting taken away by the hype, and then you realize, wait a second, I don't fucking realistically. No, I'm not going to be able to fucking levitate down the hallway. And there's obviously going to be a compromise. Fuck.
I think when people first get into magic, they expect the methods to be cooler than they are. It's very rare for a trick to come out where the method lives up to how you anticipate the method should be.
Mm-hmm.
But when, and I think that one of the reasons that everyone's always so negative on the Magic Cafe is because the Magic Cafe is populated by people that have been in this fucking industry forever. Yeah. And they're all fucking jaded. They've seen everything. And they're just like, they expect it to be shit. They expect it to be bad because they've been burned so many times. And I think that new people that come into magic, when you first get into magic and it's all really fucking exciting. I've talked about this before. It's like, you don't realize there's this entire fucking world. You've seen magicians on TV before, but you just think that like, there's 5 or 6 of them. You don't realize there's a fucking community. It's like that scene at Harry Potter 1 where Harry's going through that fucking pub and then Hagrid just taps that fucking wall with an umbrella and all of a sudden he's like, holy shit, I didn't know that shit was here. This is incredible. That's how people feel when they get into magic. It's like, I didn't realize there were magic shops, magic conventions. What you mean fucking 5,000 fucking magicians from all over the world meet every February in a freezing cold bag of shit seaside town? Are you fucking kidding me? Nobody expects that. Nobody realizes that. So when people come into the industry for the first time and they start, I think one of the reasons that people, we see all of those magicians that come into magic and then they fuck off very, very quickly. And I think the reason is they burn themselves out. They get really fucking excited. It's like a light bulb. It's like, oh, I'm going to buy everything. I'm going to learn everything. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy this. They collect methods. They collect secrets. They just want, it's like more, feed me more, Seymour. Just get more of the tricks, more of the methods, and then they become very jaded very quickly, and then all of a sudden they're burned so bright the fucking light bulb explodes, and they go, you know what, this is a shit hobby anyway, and they fuck off and they go and do something else, and they're the people that you meet at gigs, and they go, oh, I did magic 10 years ago. I used that. Look, let me see if I can still remember how to make a coin disappear. No, you can't. Fuck off. But I think that the people that stay in the industry, if you're here long enough, you get a little bit jaded. It's like, right.
Yeah, it's burnout.
I think that's the problem with this because this is fucking cool. I think I love magic. I love learning new magic. I've been sitting here now for 3 hours filming this podcast, fucking having a blast doing this over and over again. But I think a lot of people you see on the Magic Cafe, there's many people quite negative about it. And I think the reason is, it's like, all right, it's a mystery box. Seen it before. Yeah. Okay. Card goes in the mystery. Yeah. But this is fucking cool. And I think people are just like, immediately they've got so much to compare it to. And I think that's part of the problem. It's like, it's the same with credit.
It's also bias. I think it's bias. Anybody comes out with, so if it's someone that's, because granted, I think Lloyd's very positive, and I don't think he has, the term is detractor, but I don't think he has people that are sort of negative on him. you obviously, I think, have a fucking rabid crowd of people that dislike you, and anything you put out is going to be shit in their minds. But I do still think that there's a smaller group for Lloyd, but very vocal and loud. So it's just the name. So had it been anybody that they like releasing those same two products, and I don't think the vitriol would be the same. Even for Credit Crunch, I don't think I've seen anything bad on that because it can't be. How could it? It's literally what it is. Like, how could it be fucking? What could you say negative about this? Well,
People have said on the Magic Cafe it makes no sense. So
yeah, that's the one that I don't understand. It's magic. How would
yeah,
it make
actually, it
sense?
doesn't make any sense. Okay, right, I get it. Okay, yes, it doesn't make any sense to put numbers off a credit card onto a pen, but it looks pretty fucking cool. However,
Yeah.
if we're going down the route of this doesn't make sense, why are you pulling little red spongy balls out of your pockets? Why have you got that cup there that looks like nothing on God's green earth? And why do you have those little pieces of cork wrapped up in woolly sweaters that you're putting inside it? And all of a sudden, where's this fucking lemon come from? And what are these big rings that you're holding and banging together? Oh, and by the way, why are you having a fucking deck of cards? Why are you holding a thimble? We don't fucking use thimbles anymore. Nobody uses thimbles. Why are you making it this a bit? Where have all these fucking thimbles come from? None of it makes any fucking sense. It's all fucking weird.
I was gonna say, because on that, when you said linking ring, I gotta ask you something after the show about a trick that maybe you might be interested in. I don't know. I'm just about the history, so I gotta ask you. So remind me that. But you're right. Yeah, it's the dumbest thing, and especially as a magician, for the premise for that trick, it's fucking great. The premise that exists in the world of your narrative. Okay, the best pickpockets steal information. They don't steal the physical object. How would a magician steal your information? Well, they would take it in an object that they hold every day, which is a fucking Sharpie. That's how they would do it. Your card stays in your wallet. Bam, here it is. Easy as that. Easy as that. I thought immediately of that one. I don't know if I haven't seen the video yet because I'm still at the phase where I'm trying to come up with stuff. But one of the things that I thought was it'd be great if you do it. It makes sense to use your card, right? So I guess this is a little bit of a tidbit here, but it makes sense to use my card because I don't want to steal your information. So let me put my card in your wallet. So I have my card. If you could memorize some numbers there, right? Take the card out, put it in your wallet, and let me see if I could steal that card without you realizing it. And then that's where you get into the whole shtick. So that's the way that I would do it, where you put it in their wallet. I don't know if you covered that in the project.
Well, I did. Yeah, briefly, not too much. It was in the kind of the bonus ideas section. Yeah,
because I love that as a premise. It's always like that pickpocket, but let me see if I could take my card away from your wallet. So then they remember, people misremember the shit that maybe you have a little bit more experience with pickpocket, which is great. But it's such a logical premise within our surreal world. So for people to bitch about that, again, it doesn't make sense. So let me have this sponge that I carry with me.
Yeah,
What?
exactly.
Like, meanwhile, everybody has a credit card. Most people have Sharpies, pens on them. Fuck you.
Yep.
The fucking dumbasses, man.
I completely agree with you. I completely agree. That you know what? It is what it is. I've been told I'm a little bit like Marmite pig cake. You either love me or you hate me.
Unfortunately, I do think that that's just the nature of the way you're sort of became a name in Magic, right? Just I remember specifically on the fucking Wizard product review, or now Wizard Magic review. Fuck off, Wizard product review. All right, keep it OG. That's just I think that you came in from a very sort of Jim Cornette, right? Sort of hey, fuck you, I'm gonna bitch and rant, and people either loved that or they hated it, and they've kept that ever since. And any excuse to sort of slag you off, they've taken, which is shitty because you're very generous, you're very giving, you're very sort of creative. You're also you give your time to anybody to listen to anyone. As far as even when I first started talking, you were very generous with your time. You've been generous ever since, without expecting anything back, which is the other part. So people don't know that about you. I hope they do, and it's just weird to see where they branch you in on sort of this character, because granted, you are sort of angry at times and you could rant and rave, and how you present yourself on camera is just turned up. But that's all of us. And they same thing with me. Like, they judge me based on the jokes that I've told on videos. And it's like, well, if you got to know me, you'd probably agree with a lot of things that I believe in, and you probably agree with my humor, and you probably have very similar humor. but
Yeah.
you know, you're up in arms about a sort of character that is portrayed in a video, which is not really how you are 24/7. It's just played up for jokes and bits. So it's weird to see that, especially with magicians that have fucking just this laser beam vision when it comes to their mentality of things. So it's very interesting to see that we kind of have that same parallel.
A friend of mine's a motivational speaker, and his name's Brad Burton. He's the UK's #1 motivational speaker. A bit of a mentor of mine. And I talked to him about this a couple of years ago, and I said, you know what? I try my best. I think I'm a nice guy. I try and help as many people as possible. No matter what I'm doing, if you contact me, I will speak to you. I will give you advice if I can. I'm putting content out every single day, but there's this group of people that really don't like me. And he said, here's what I want you to do. Get a piece of paper and write down all of the reasons that people like you and follow you. All the people that really like the content and really like what you do, write down all the reasons. And so I did. Didn't know why he was getting me to do that, but I did. And he said, brilliant. Now, get another piece of paper and write down all the reasons why people don't like you on that other piece of paper. And lo and behold, they were the same reasons. And he said, that's the point. In order to get the people who don't like you to like you, you're going to fundamentally have to change who you are. And if you fundamentally change who you are, all the people that have supported you over the years and all the people that have been there with you, all of a sudden you're changing and they don't want you to because they buy into you because you're you. So the best thing that you can do is be authentic to your audience, understand that not everybody will buy into the mission that you're wanting to, put across, and just, you have to be true to yourself. And yes, there's going to be people that are going to slag you off and take pop shots at you, but remember, normally it's done out of jealousy, or it's done out of spite, or it's done out of, if they knew you, they wouldn't be like that. But they don't know you. They just think they know who you are, but they don't know who you are. And so,
Isn't it great that when Lloyd leaves, you get into a nice motivational sort of like positive. Meanwhile, when Lloyd's here, all we're talking about is fucking sheep and
he's the common denominator here. He's the one that always brings it down. People accuse it. People say to you and me, "Nah, it's Lloyd. It's Lloyd.
It's Lloyd. Yeah, it's Lloyd. Because with Lloyd, I think the dick talk would have been way more. Anything that involves any sort of nefarious animal intercourse, it would have come up with Lloyd here. So I think Lloyd is the common denominator. And I'm getting slag for it on Reddit. So fuck you, whoever posted that, you fucking cocksucker. It's not me. It's fucking Lloyd. So send your hate to the 4th floor at Lloyd.com or whatever the fuck. Lloyd at 4th floor.
I don't even know what his email address is anymore. I haven't even a fucking clue. Yeah, I know he's busy editing some stuff that's coming out soon that involves me and him, which is very
Shit.
Yeah,
That is exciting. That is
You're gonna
exciting.
you're going to see 3 Craig and Lloyd products come out this year. 3
Yeah.
collabs.
Well, I hope that I have one with Lloyd. We're talking about one in particular that I think is very doable. It was based on an idea that I pitched to a couple companies that ended up, I don't think they didn't like it, but I think it's something that's very, very viable and fun and sort of party trick like that you could do with a lot of people. It definitely works better in the way that Lloyd has sort of inspired me to move with. Before it was a card thing. Now it's a completely different animal, but I hope that we could kind of do it. But I'm excited to see what you guys have.
Mhm. We got some really cool stuff.
What a
We got
teaser.
some-
What a little tease.
Yeah, there's all of them are good, but there's one thing that's so there's one thing. It's called Fuel. When you see Fuel, I think it's probably the best thing I've ever done. I think it's the best thing Lloyd's ever done. I think it's going to change the industry. I think that people will just want to immediately fucking do this. It's very, 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 very good. So when you see Fuel, well, you'll see it. You'll see it before anyone else because it'll come out through the 4th floor, obviously. But when you see
With a
it,
name like Fuel, though, that sounds like there could be a lot of connotation there. So it sounds like a gay club, to be fair. Fuel.
well, all I'll say is we needed to go to Phil Smith to make it happen.
Okay.
So when
Alright.
Phil gets involved,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Yeah, that's great. I love Phil, man. He's a character. He's the fucking best. One of him, and I remember he was one of the first contacts I made in Magic that he sent me a deck when I had like 10 subscribers, and he's like, "Hey, dude, you're doing well here. Let me send you some marked cards if you could shill him on your channel. I'm like, me, little old me. And then I've met him since, and he's just a wonderful character.
He's one of the nicest people in Magic. He really is. He'd do anything to help anyone.
Creative and innovative too. Just
It really is.
unbelievable.
If you want a product done right, you go to Phil Smith, because not only is he the best at everything to do with graphic design, playing card marking systems, whatever the case may be, not only that, but he's also an incredible mentalist, an incredible magician, incredible performer, creative consultant. And so he understands projects better than anyone else I've ever met. He immediately gets the vision. I love working with Phil.
Just a bunch of characters that we have. I love that we slag off a bunch of these like unnamed magicians, not unnamed magicians from the whole thing, but these like, faceless guys that just take shots in the dark, right? But then also, you can't really say that we're shitting, because there's a whole plethora of magicians that we're always constantly praising, more so than ourselves, that are just unbelievable and make the industry better than we can, and we do.
Yep.
He's one of those.
I completely agree. Yep. We stand on the shoulders of giants. But I'm going to have to wrap this up as well, because I've just looked at the time. It's probably the same time with you as it is with me. It's 8:10. And
it's 8:10. Yeah.
Eric Tate is picking me up at 9 a.m. and I need to get a shower. I need to get, we're out performing all day. We're doing all the pitches today. So we're doing all the pitches and all the B-roll. That's the entire focus. Every single project. Very few people film 9 projects in a week. That's kind of what I do every time I go to Murphy's. It's 9 projects in a week, and it's really intense because you just know you've got to get everything done. So, and it really fucks with your head. So today, every single one of these projects has a different feel to it. Every single one of them is different. So I have to have different. Luckily, I wear the same fucking clothes. I've got 5 million black t-shirts, 5 million fucking pairs of jeans, 5 million fucking check shirts. So I don't need to change my fucking clothes that much. But every single location has to be different. Every pitch has to have a different feel to it. Every pitch has to get across certain information. Then we have to get B-roll for each individual project, and it's all got to be done in a week. So we put an entire day for pitches and B-roll, and then any time after that, when it's done, we then go out and get more live performances, because the more live performances we can get, the better. So it's
you know what? Before we end here, what I was going to say is, I don't know if you know the lore of Ric Flair and his tights that when he wears. So Ric Flair either wears blue or red tights. When he loses the match, you could look this up. He wears, I don't know if it's red or blue. I might be wrong, but I think it might be red tights that he wears whenever he's lost the match. So whenever he loses a match, you can't unsee it now. Whenever he knows that he's going to lose a match, he wears a certain color tights. And he does that constantly throughout his entire career. So what I'm saying that you should do, not that I'm assuming all these 9 projects are bangers. None of them are fillers or any. They're all tremendous tricks. But if you ever feel like a particular product is just done like, oh shit, this one's gonna be a shit, you should have like a certain like color that you put on as like a like a little Ric Flair. It's like in Star Trek where the people that wear red, that they're gonna die or whatever. That they're just
you are fucked, man.
Yeah.
I cottoned on to that very, very early on. I remember watching Star Trek, and it's like, right, okay, this red guy in a red shirt, just before he was beaming down to a planet, was telling us about his fucking personal life, and I'm like, don't bother, you're dead. 2 minutes into this fucking being on this planet, you're fucked.
But I think it might be red or I don't know which one. It might be blue. That whenever he wore.
Google his final match.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Shawn Michaels, because we know he lost that one.
Flair lose trunks. Let's see. Yeah, you're right. Wore red when he knew he was gonna lose.
There you go. Boom.
And is he wearing red in the final match? Let's see. Ric Flair. I hate that this is how we're ending this in a bunch of virginity. Ric Flair. Oh, he's wearing blue. So okay, I might be wrong here. He's wearing blue trunks. Maybe because it was the last match, right? And maybe he wanted to go out.
He wanted to spike people out. He knew they cottoned on at this point. And also, it wasn't actually his final match. That was years later.
The heart attack. The fuck. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, he had fucking 3 years in TNA, and then he had that match where his pacemaker went off.
And he also wrestled Hogan in the Australian tour.
Yeah. Let me tell you, I know this, again, a lot of virginity, but I have never been more sort of uncomfortable watching a match than watching that live last match that he had. When I'm like, he's gonna die and I'm gonna watch him. And it's so bad. And he fucking made it. The guy fucking wrecked it through. He passed out mid-match, but he did it.
He's gonna die wheeling and styling and profiling.
Speaking of dying.
You know, the oldest ride in the theme park has got the longest line.
I was gonna say, speaking of dying, Craig,
Yes.
do I get to say the line at the end of
you
this
fucking
podcast?
Do it, man.
See you next week, guys. Don't fuck kids.
That's it. You delivered it better. We're going to take Lloyd off his job now. That's yours from now on.
Fuck Lloyd Barnes.
I feel that. Fuck Lloyd Barnes. We'll be back next Wednesday with another podcast. Well, hopefully Lloyd will stay with us the entire time next time, but who knows? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify. Join the Facebook group. Let us know any questions you want us to answer, and I'll be back next week with Pig Cake and Lloyd Barnes. Until then, like Pig Cake said, don't fuck kids. Have a shit week. We're out. Bye, cunts.
We apologize for disrupting your normal daily schedule. You may now relax, tuck your deck back in, and resume your regular day-to-day life. Remember to subscribe to be notified the moment each new episode goes live every Wednesday. And join our Facebook group to continue the conversation. The link is in the description to this podcast. Thank you for listening to The Magic Podcast.